Hey, welcome everybody to another Open Lines Friday BDA podcast coming at you live from the true north. This is your good friend, Mr. BDA, flying solo for the moment. Hopefully you guys help me remedy that with a little help here. Like I said, Open Lines Friday, which means you get to join the show. This is your show. Gonna be opening up the panel via the Discord. So if you've never used Discord, I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's easy, it's clean. You don't need to verify with your email address or a email address. But anyway, listen, fellas, before we get down to the fun, let's get the business out of the way. There is a lot to get to. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. You can donate via the super chat, a couple of shekels. You can email our way. It's always better if you join the BDM membership program, because at least you get a little something in return via special badges, emojis, and film analysis, all right? But like I said, the most important thing is that you continue to listen to the show, subscribe, hit the like button, and spread the BDA gospel. I had another vision about the Crimson Inquisition, and this one was pretty grim, let me tell you. I have been anointed by the vision, or with the vision rather, by the Council of Elders, the Elder Ones as they're called, the initiated. And I don't know, they're telling me, guys gotta watch out, man. If you don't spread the BDA gospel, we're going to be in trouble, all right? Shout out to everybody in the chat room. I'm talking about Soothsayer, Carl Dundee Hansen, Norman Louis, shout out to Norman, Javier Flores, Rider of the Storm, shout out to Rider, Muller27, SSC, Josie Mullet, TWSUF1, Mike from Boston, shout out to Mike, APR. Who else we got here? I gotta scroll up. APR, Hard Recoil, Lepercua, Roderick Davis, shout out to Rod, Furioso Boxing, Silver Surfer Lugia, Father Jack Hackett, Knockout Ned, Rafael Garcia, shout out to Rafael, who just joined the membership program for 4 months. And he says, email champ versus undisputed, some fangirls are gonna weep. Yeah, some indeed are gonna be weeping, man. Shout out to Rafael for joining the membership program. That's one person that's going to be avoiding the Crimson Inquisition. Can tell you that much right now. Shout out to Bernard, Virtuoso, the Can Man, Eric Gomez, who says, always with an excuse, Mr. BDA. You are the boy whose dog ate his homework. Next time I will ask to see a doctor's note. Excuses are running out. Bomb squad time. Well, listen, I can give you the bomb squad because, like I said, I got a sore throat. And if I do it, it's going to be a half-assed bomb squad. Certainly don't want to do that. You got to respect the bomb squad yell. Or shout, whatever it is. Who gives a fuck? Shout out to Oscar de la Coca, who says, I will make Ryan a bigger star than Canelo. All right. Shout out to Team Batman Boxing as well. And many more people to come, I'm sure. Fellas, thank you for joining us. All right. First of all, I forgot to do something here. But anyway, let's get to the Discord first. Where is it here? All right. So as you can see here is the Discord, right? That's the Discord. And if you haven't ever joined it, you see here where I'm highlighting here, it says BD Boxing, and you see a speaker icon. Just click on the speaker icon and boom, you're in. You don't need, if you're not part of the Discord, you don't need to verify with an email address. Just put a username, which could be an email address. It's just you don't have to go to the email to verify with a code or anything. Just put whatever name you want, password, and boom, you're in. Easy as 1, 2, 3. All right. So without any more prevarication, let me head on over to the main channel here, the voice channel. Let me just resize this, make it a nice compact thing here. Hold on a second. 2 minutes. All right, actually I can enter while I'm doing this. Yo, fellas, we're on the air. Yeah. We're on the air. Just make sure to keep the profanity at a minimum. Don't start going into politics. Don't start saying a bunch of racial epithets, all right? Fellas, how you doing? Thank you for joining us, man. Who we got here? Boxing chief and MMA champ. All right. Did you guys catch the weigh-ins and all this pomp and circumstance going on?
I did not. I was.
How dare you?
I was busy, but I'm sure MMA can help fill us in.
MMA champ, you want to start us off, or should I do that? All right, I'm going to do it. First of all, there's a lot to talk about. They had the press conference, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, for Tank Davis versus Rolly Romero. And now Tank Davis started talking smack he's no longer staying silent like, as he did in the first press conference. So there's that to talk about. We had the weigh-ins as well for the 3 fights that are going to be taking place tomorrow. Ryan Garcia versus Tagoe, I don't know how you say it. Then also you've got Lubin versus Fundora. And in the morning, you got to wake up early for that one, Golovkin versus Murata from Japan. So it's going to be a lot taking place. I want to play you a clip here. Actually, hold on a second. Let me share the screen with you guys here. How do I do that again? Give me 2 seconds here. Because they had the weigh-in for Garcia and Tagoe. And 2 days ago, they started getting into some sort of altercation, which looked fake. Oh boy, did it look fake. Now all of a sudden, Garcia, they were doing the stare down, and he didn't do anything crazy. Neither did Tagoe. They actually shook hands. Maybe they realized how cringe their act was. But then check this out. This is from the press conference, and they were interviewing Tagoe first. Now this guy, well, let's listen what he has to say.
Something tomorrow, if I can't do what I can say. If you see me, now tell shit to me. I promise any fans. Tomorrow you see the Game Boy. I know what I can do. Forget about social media workout. Tomorrow I show you my social media workout.
Do you guys think he's receiving shipments of AK-47s from an arms dealer? I can see that. I can see this guy having done that before in the past. And then he kept going on with the interview here. This is what he said.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Okay, no, hold on. That wasn't it. Hold on, sorry. Hold on a second. Okay, this is it.
The Game Boy, Emmanuel Tagoe, you're winning some fans here. In Espanol, what do you tell them? How do you say thank you in Espanol? Oh, we practice.
You know, my
Gracias.
you know, Pranamanya.
They're having a nice laugh there. And then Ryan Garcia, King Ryan, as some like to call him, I certainly don't, went on the microphone, and he was a little bit more subdued until this happened.
I'm just a man on a mission. The job's not done, and I'm ready to prove who I am. So every day, every fight, I have that in mind, and I'll be bringing that into the ring with me. Shout out my dog, Riley, right there in Bella. I love you. I love you.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Now I'm here in one of the biggest stages in a great city in San Antonio, Texas. I love everybody here. I'm going to tell you something about the people from Texas. They're as real as they come. They're straight up, and I love you guys. Thank you guys for supporting me. I'm going to give you guys the best show. I'm going to leave my mark here. I promise you that. I'm going to leave my mark here. You're going to remember this fight for the rest of your lives. I'm going to hit him with something he's never been seen before. I promise you that.
Ryan Garcia, the main event tomorrow night.
I'm ready. Let's go. Tomorrow. All right, then.
It's like he took lessons from De Niro. He's like he took lessons from Robert De Niro. You know how De Niro in all his movies, he always repeats the same thing? You talking to me?
What's going on, B?
I mean, what is the deal with this guy?
Fucking terrible. Hey, the older he's getting, the gayer he's getting. who you talking about?
You know who we're talking about.
At some point, hey, a year or two ago, he wasn't this.
All right, Soothsayer, you cut off there, man.
I'm gonna leave my mark here. I promise you that.
You talking about GUG?
I'm gonna hit him with something he's never been seen before. I promise you that.
Ryan Garcia, the main
what
event
does that mean?
I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm gonna hit him with something he's never been seen before.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, I mean, because the guy's never lost by knockout, I think. So he's essentially he's saying he's gonna knock him out.
Oh, that's a good one. It's talking then. Yeah, no.
So what do you guys think? Who do you think wins this fight? Have you seen Tagoe fight, by the way? Who's here has seen him fight?
I have not.
I have not. All I can say is that off confidence is that the Golden Boy wouldn't have selected this opponent if they thought that Ryan was in any danger.
Yep, I saw that. That was a good point by Gonzalo as well. Did y'all see what he said? It was kind of like that.
I mean, we've seen promoters and matchmakers pick a guy thinking, he's not going to do anything. Look, Tagoe, I'll say it right now, and I said it before. This guy, he better start boxing carefully because Garcia's power is legitimate. But Garcia should not try to follow this guy around too much. He should make him lead first and then try to counter him because Tagoe is the type of guy that's not good at leading. So that right there would be the first step. But if he goes in there trying to knock this guy out, like Lopez did to Kambosos in the first round, he's going to miss, he's going to get tired, and it could be a long night. Because Tagoe's got moves, man.
Hey, is it me or Brian is on meds, man? He's on antidepressants or something. He's always like has a light sweat glaze over his head. His eyes are rolling all over the place, and he's talking really fast.
Yeah, I noticed that shit. You're right.
So you say he's what, on benzos or something? Or is that an
He's
operating?
on like a antidepressant or something, man. Something like that.
Interesting. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
if you, I watched him from a year ago to now, man. He's all over the fuck. He's untethered now.
Untethered? Whoa.
He's
You
on Xanax.
What? All right, somebody talk. Somebody else go ahead. I've been talking too much.
Hey, I brought up earlier when him and Tagoe were in the ring facing off. You remember that, right, guys?
Sure, yeah.
Well, I just want to kind of rehash that Joe Goosen, how he stood in front, like defending Ryan's honor in front of Tagoe. Like, did y'all notice that as well?
Yeah, you said he was robbing him or something, robbing his back.
Yeah. He was rubbing his midsection. It was the fucking craziest thing.
Excuse me?
Yeah, he was giving him like a inner thigh massage or something.
Yeah, and another one.
Ryan Garcia is too busy dancing zesty on TikTok. No.
You would know that, right?
I mean, just look at his TikTok dancing like one of those TikTok girls like Charlie D'Amelio. I mean,
how funny would it be lost?
And I really think that he sneaked away to the Pride Parade in those months that he was missing from boxing. But
in fight, he had an interview too. I don't know which Fight Hype video it is, but he's sitting there saying, "I don't like the drama. I'm a lovable guy. I'm a huggable guy." Did y'all hear that?
No, man. Jeez, Luis.
A huggable guy.
A huggable guy.
Sounds like a cable guy. We know
All
he
right.
likes to hug.
Let me ask you this. Let's get a little discussion here going. I know he's hard to root for, Garcia. He's cringe. But you gotta give it up to the guy. He can box. Well, I can't say that here. Oh, by the way, Odyssey. Check out the Second Renaissance on Odyssey. Odyssey, we just started over there. It is operational. Everything went smoothly there. Our first live stream. Well, a little bit. It was very... I had to keep a lot of control over things. But anyway, go check it out. It's good. Listen, with the Garcia thing, I know he's hard to root for, but do you guys actually root for him a little bit more because, you know what? It would actually be good for boxing to have him around. A big star that attracts non-boxing fans. It creates a little bit more drama. So my question to you is, who's better for boxing here?
I think Ryan Garcia brings a lot of different fans to boxing. The YouTube
the wrong
kids,
fans.
Yeah,
he's
one of those sort of fans. He brings YouTube kids. He brings the LGBT community. He brings, a bunch of of the gay community to supporting his sexuality or whatever. But anyway, I think Ryan Garcia might be good for boxing, but also bad for boxing. And he'll be the second gay boxer of all time.
Hold on, he's in an experimental part of his life right now, so I can see that.
Experimental, yeah, we know what that means.
He's a transgender.
Let's be honest. The kid can fight. Let's be honest about that.
Yeah, he can. He can fight in the
hang on.
Hold on, let him finish. Hold on, let him finish. Mike, were you done or?
We say fight, but who is he really fought that you can say that?
No, we can say he can punch. We don't know if he can fight.
Yeah.
He did good against Luke Campbell, man. He looked good to
That's
me.
only one fight.
Well, I'm just saying, based off that, the kid looks like he can fight.
BDA, you agree, right? You think he can fight?
Sure, yeah. Look. Boxing is not all about skills. If you want to make it, you gotta have certain physical talents that exceed.
He's exciting. He's an exciting boxer.
But what I'm saying is he's explosive and he's got power. Like you can't get to that. No matter how much training you do, you can't have that type of explosiveness and natural power he has. So he's got that going for him. So if he can get it together from a technical standpoint, he could be a very, very, very hard guy to beat. But now tomorrow, like a lot of you have said that you've never seen Tagoe fight. So I think it's going to be hard for you guys to gauge how Garcia looks tomorrow. Because if he looks bad, you guys are going to say, he struggled with a nobody. But if you look at Tagoe fight, you can see he can box a little bit. He's I dare say slick.
But BDA, even if Ryan Garcia wins, who's going to be his next opponent?
He's too big to.
Rolly.
Well, we cross that bridge when we get to it. Right now, it's one fight at a time. He's got to win tomorrow night. If he doesn't, then we evaluate from there. I mean, he's not on a progressive track of scheduling 5 or 6 fights in a row because he's past that. That's when you try and become a prospect. He's a ranked guy. He's a contender now. Even though I think he should have lost his ranking for being inactive, he's still a contender. So you take one fight at a time.
Great point.
I don't think he can take a loss, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. There's no fucking way. Him and his dad are both gonna go away for a long time. They're gonna go do something else.
Yeah,
I don't think he's got the mental. He's not mentally tough enough for this sport. I don't think.
And his dad's always coddling him. I mean, you saw how he defended him against Reynoso. Oh, Ryan's in the gym. He just leaves when he doesn't feel like it because he's going through.
I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna do some experiments in the bedroom.
Okay. MMA Champ just won't let that
We
go.
get it, man. We get it.
MMA Champ
It
won't let it
reminds
go.
me of Victor Ortiz in a way.
Oh man.
Because Victor Ortiz was highly touted. People thought he was this nice looking young man coming up that knew how to fight and had a lot of tout behind him. And then he got in with Maidana and he got exposed for not being mentally tough enough. And the only reason why we're saying this about Ryan was because of his outside of the ring situations where people think he's not mentally tough enough. But neither one of them ever accomplished anything very much, Ryan up to this point or Victor altogether.
Is Victor the guy the guy that said when he lost, he said something along the lines of, "I'm too good looking to be in this sport," or something of that nature?
His paraphrasing quote was, "I don't deserve to be taking this much punishment." That's pretty close to right on the mark of what he said.
Did you hear what Ryan Garcia said in the press conference?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he said that his favorite dessert is fruitcake.
What is this gay fucking commercial that BJ showed us?
That's Victor.
Did he really say that, MMA?
Yes.
Hold on, that's Victor Ortiz, man. That's the who Boxing Chief brought up. He did a commercial.
Didn't they throw a fruitcake? Didn't they throw a fruitcake at Victor Ortiz's face after a fight one time?
I think it was like a tackle box. I think it was like an empty tackle box. Some dude threw at him. Yeah, and he reacted as if he'd been shot in the face, man. What the fuck? But anyway, yeah, that was first of all, that was a good callback there from Boxing Chief bringing Victor Ortiz. That's a great
favorite cereal is Fruity Pebbles.
But wait. I want to get back to what you said, MMA Champ. He really said his favorite dessert is fruitcake?
Yes.
No
come
fucking
on.
way.
Yes.
I gotta find a quote of that. You gotta find.
You would have posted it. You would have posted that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, MMA Champ. I don't believe you. You would have posted that shit. That's you're always posting everything you see.
He likes to eat fruitcakes literally.
Out of an ass or what? Like a?
Come on.
Okay, I'm just asking.
He likes to eat fruitcakes literally, like fruit.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Wait a minute. Are you implying that he's gay by any chance?
Hold on a second. I will stand up for Ryan in this regard. It's a bad thing he did, but he cheated on his girlfriend with another hot chick. So there's that. I don't know if he's.
The fiend.
You remember the TMZ caught him making out with a chick while his wife was pregnant?
It was a she, man.
That chick is from TikTok. She's like 18 or something, bro.
Yeah.
It's the perfect age, if you ask me. Hey, what did he say?
TikTok.
Ryan Garcia said.
BDA, barely legal.
Barely. Oh, come on. Would you stop? I'm not searching. I know you don't believe me, but I've never searched the term barely legal. Never, ever. And I will go to the grave with him, man.
The best show. I'm going to leave my mark here. I promise you that. I'm going to leave my mark here. You're going to remember this fight for the rest of
That's what he talks about when he goes out with a dude.
that.
Right? Or you're going to leave your mark?
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
It's the same shit he says when, I don't know. He doesn't have good mic skills.
Yeah, like, what do you mean you're going to leave your mark? What do you mean by that?
Yeah,
it's just stupid shit.
He's going to leave his cock print. He's going to leave his cock print in somebody's ass. And by the way, shout out to Leonardo Campos Vasquez for his contribution with the super chat. He says, please, no bully Ryan. Fruit Punch Garcia. He's calling him Fruit Punch Garcia. Shout out to Leonardo for his contribution. Listen, let's get away from let's get serious for a second here. like I said, I asked you fellas if you would rather see Ryan Garcia win because he could create more drama. Because let's face it, this show is all about us getting together and talking about what's going on in the boxing world, and it gets us, gives us something to talk about. To talk about Ryan Garcia, who's a big star. He makes the news every time he opens his mouth. I mean,
to be honest, BJ,
yeah,
I could care less about Ryan Garcia and fighters like him because at the end of the day, if you're not gonna fight good fighters, why should I care about you? I mean, listen, he's been fighting, low level competition his whole career, and then he pulls out 2 fights. Then he expects people to all of a sudden, love him. Are you kidding me? No way.
You don't have to love him. I disagree with MMA. I disagrre with MMA because of this, right? I'm not the most technical person in boxing, so fighters like him, Rolly, Tank, they make shit funny. They Teofimo's dad. I mean, come on, how do we not laugh at that?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Ryan Garcia is not funny at all.
Well, as far as fighting levels of competition in the lightweight division, who has outside of Loma, and technically Teo for facing Loma. I mean,
those 3 young guys, he's got the best chance of becoming a star if he's got the mental toughness.
Let him finish first, and then you and I will go.
Let's break this down. Go ahead. Right? So we got Teofimo, we got Loma, we got Cambosis, right? We got Devin Haney has stepped up. He has fought Jojo Diaz and Linares, and he's about to fight Cambosis, right? The only guys,
two washed up featherweights. Go ahead.
Actually, Linares was actually a champion at lightweight, but besides that, Ryan and Tank are the only guys who haven't stepped up.
I agree with that. I can't put Haney really much above them. I will give you the satisfaction with politeness. By the way, I'm not trying to be a dick when I say that. Of distinguishing him slightly above them, but I mean, 3 featherweights, light punching featherweights, 2 of them past their prime that have been knocked out 8 times combined.
Linares has power.
Yeah, well, either that or Devin's got a shaky chin. We'll see.
What do you mean? So Linares doesn't have power? Is what you're saying?
Well, I'm saying that based off the performance there, because he has gone the distance with lesser fighters.
Linares' fights?
Excuse me?
Have you watched Linares' fights?
Oh, no, I haven't watched any of his fights in MMA because I don't know who you're talking about. Come on, get your...
Yeah, you're funny. Yeah.
I know anyway, I am. Did you hear the laughter in the background?
Listen.
Here's the thing. I knew who Linares was before most people on this panel. He's a 3-time champion. He's a potential Hall of Famer, and I get all that. But he's... Go ahead.
Linares dropped Loma, right? He did not drop Devin Haney. So get your facts.
Yeah, but he hurt Devin Haney.
Hey, what happened after he dropped Loma? Loma was on his ass all night.
Yeah, Loma crossed his feet and went down on a balance shot, and Devin held for 3 rounds. So who was really hurt? Wasn't Loma.
Excuses.
That's not excuses, those are facts. But again, Devin Haney eye to eye, so that's nothing new.
All right, so listen. I think we got to give Haney some credit. Yes, it makes it look bad that he couldn't finish Linares while everyone else could. But, I mean, he did outbox Linares, and DeMarco didn't do it. The only guy who's been able to outbox him and stomp him was Lomachenko. So Haney didn't do all that. He managed to outskill the skilled Linares, even though he wasn't old Linares. Hey,
and I did something about Garcia.
Let me finish something real quick. Because me and MMA were talking to him. I did distinguish the fact. I gave him the credit, and I agreed with him that he deserves a slight edge above Tank and Ryan. But I'm not going to put him way over them because he fought 2 past their prime featherweight.
He's about to fight Cambosis too.
Well, that hadn't happened yet, and when it happens, we'll judge that. But in the meantime, we're talking about who they faced and as in past tense. That hasn't happened yet.
So
he's on the docket too, and I'm
let's
agreeing with you.
Look at the guys who Ryan Garcia has fought at lightweight, right? What's the name? Luke Campbell, right? Luke Campbell, never champion. He was a gold medalist. Yeah, but he was
that doesn't give me
good. He lost to Mendy, who's a fringe contender. He's not really that good of a fighter. So, I mean, Linares was a champion and, a very good fighter at lightweight. before, he was
Before, keyword.
yeah,
And
before.
Haney struggled with him.
Yes. Well, actually, not only in the later rounds. That's
He
all.
hugged him for 2 rounds.
Only in the later rounds. Haney was outboxing, outclassing him in the early rounds and the mid rounds. He only had to struggle
a shorter
with him
36-year-old natural featherweight. That has to be acknowledged when you put this into place.
We can, it's true that he didn't look all that good in those last rounds against Linares, but Haney has
and against JoJo.
And against, well, I guess, but he beat JoJo. But he beat JoJo. So
at least,
what I'm trying to get at is, listen, hold on. What I'm trying to get at is, he has been doing with this Kambosos fight. He's above Garcia and Tank Davis. Now, by how much? That's the question Chief was asking. But let me, before we get to that, let me just, because I'm getting behind here. Michael Poe, shout out to Michael Poe for his contribution with the super chat. He says Canelo versus Bivol might be interesting. Canelo dominates. I've said before, you could be that good. But if Canelo is what I've thought, and then judges give it, and then the judges will give it to Canelo via points. Jeez. Yeah, that's shout out to Michael Poe for his contribution, and yeah, man, that's a lot of people are saying the same thing. They don't hold on, just real quick because I read other comments here. Yeah, the judges is the big question. Some people believe that Bivol can't get a decision. I have a little theory against that, though. I think we're finally going to see Canelo lose, but I'll save that for another time. Shout out to Mike T for his contribution with the super chat, and he says, Ryan going to have to post a celebration fishnet pegging party with Oscar. Jeez, Luis, come on, man. And then
he's going to be sniffing. He's going to be sniffing coke from what's his name? Oscar's butt cheeks.
Come on. All right. And this show is getting too lowbrow even for me, man. And by the way, and shout out to Rapax Trucking Company for his contribution with the super chat. And he says, Ryan resembles Juan Gabriel, that famous Mexican singer. Now that is the ultimate insult right there, Rapax. Come on, man.
Yeah,
I mean, that is
That's the last gay joke about Ryan, bro. That's it. Mic drop. Hey, I got one more thing about Ryan.
I'm ready. Let's go. Tomorrow.
Sorry about that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sounds like
is there okay, are Mexicans behind Ryan? I don't think so, man.
No.
Fucking speak Spanish. The gay thing. Leaving Reynoso is fucking BDA, what Mexicans go for Garcia?
Mostly women. The ones that watch the telenovelas and all that.
He's about to lose the women, though. Hey, he's about to lose the women because as soon as they find out that he's really homo, they stop, bro.
No, you think so?
The only Mexicans that go with Ryan Garcia are the ones who are, homosexuals. So,
I mean, here's what I've always wondered, because they always like to talk about how many followers he's got on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. But does that actually translate to boxing, you guys think?
Yeah, and also, right, you can have bots on Instagram. They can't even be, they might not even be real followers. So, no.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is how willing are they to purchase... Yeah, he's watching MSNBC, I think, watching the stock market.
Yeah, mute your fucking mic.
Yeah, look at the stocks.
But my question is, are these people willing? Because it's like the LDBC, they love to talk about supporting the black man. They don't buy the pay-per-views and they don't go to the fights. So is it the same thing with these Instagram followers? Do they have the zone subscriptions? Are they paying to watch his fights?
Well, didn't they pay for Jake Paul's and Logan Paul's fights? Didn't that come out that yes, YouTubers, Instagrammers?
The fan base that buys the most fights and are actually, Ryan Garcia types of fan bases like that are Ryan Garcia's fan bases. Because those kids...
No, man, those kids
no, that's not true.
Wait, listen. Those kids are going to have their parents buy it for them. They ask their parents for everything. Their parents spoil them. So they're going to ask their parents, can I see my favorite YouTube or whatever, fight or whatever? And the parent probably going to buy for them. So...
I don't think so. I don't think it's for boxing. It's what I heard is that the Mexican American are the ones that purchase fights. That's why I asked. I don't think that he's got that behind him.
Well, he has Mexican Americans behind him, like BDA and Bucho, but
wait a minute.
That's not true either.
Look, I believe tomorrow it's going to be a really volatile night if he loses in San Antonio. It's going to be a volatile crowd if he loses.
Man, he could lose, man. Tagoe is good. Tagoe's got the type of style
No.
go there.
Understand this. This is what I see. It's San Antonio, and every time there's an event hosted in San Antonio, we always get some fugazi shit with the refs.
That's a good point. Yeah, Texas is like
I mean, the past 4 events, I've seen some really bad officiating in the fights, and the judge in Texas is absolutely horrible. We probably might get Lawrence Cole out of retirement.
Hey, you know how every time there's a bad decision and the fighter says, I'm going to petition the commission, I want an investigation, nothing ever happens. But what if Garcia says, look, I'm part of the LGBT and these people, what they did is considered a hate crime. Do you think that would actually light a fire under the commissions and they would actually look into it? Or?
Well, San Antonio is the place to do it.
Well, it's not San Francisco, but it's close, right? By the way, I can see Chief already left. This podcast got a little bit too salty for him. But look, listen. The thing about it is, most of you haven't seen Tagoe fight, so you don't. I'm telling you, don't be surprised if Tagoe gives him a good fight. But don't be surprised also if Garcia sparks him out within the first 3. If he goes past 3, could be a little troublesome. Could be.
Hey, Luda Bella has been having some good upsets, and you know what? That just clicks in. You know what I mean? To put some money on Tagoe. And Luda Bella's been having some good upsets this year.
That's a good point. And him and Bob Arum got the Devin Haney.
Yep.
Damn, that's a good point.
And Luda Bella's not really talking about Tagoe as much as he was talking about Kambosos before the Teofimo fight. But as soon as he wins.
Tagoe's with the Bella?
Yes.
Wow, it's probably because Tagoe's African. We know how.
I think it's because of skill.
No, we don't.
I think it's a skill. I think he saw something.
Did you hear that the Bella called Tagoe an African booty scratcher?
Nah, he didn't. What the fuck are you talking about? You're making shit up.
Dude, turn your.
Ryan's gonna eat the Ghana pepper. Just watch it. He's gonna eat the Ghana pepper.
What is the Ghana pepper? What is the Ghana pepper? I've been trying to figure that out.
It's the Ghana pepper.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll find out tomorrow, man. I guess. Now, did you guys catch the Davis versus Romero press conference?
Yes. Yeah. Let me tell you something, man. Rolly does good in interviews, like a fight hype kind of interview, right? Like where he's in his gym. When it's time to step up to the big stage, he's fucking terrible. This is the second time he sucks.
Bro,
he was terrified out there.
Let's really break this down, right? So Tank.
No, let's not break it down. Hold on.
We obviously know that Rolly got in Tank's head. The reason we know this is because Tank was wearing high heels, right? He was wearing those shoes that have those
lifts.
Lifts. Those big lifts that you add on to your shoe. That's what he was wearing. I mean, that.
Bro, turn your TV down, dude. Turn the TV down.
Remember when Rolly was calling Tank midget and all that, and he was calling him like a dwarf, and that got in the Tank's head because he's wearing lifts.
Yeah, you think that got to him then, huh?
Hey, yeah. But in that first press conference, it was Tank that said, "Look at him with his big ass shoes." They're both wearing fucking big ass shoes now.
Bro, what are you talking about? In this press conference.
All right, but hold on, MMA champ. Now it's too loud, man. Now I agree that the TV in the background is too loud. I think you should put the stock holding to give it a rest for the moment. Oh, he's gone. Fine. Yeah. By the way, Rolly Romero showed up with as you can see, open shirt or open vest, no shirt on. He's got his mouth open.
Jacket?
What's that?
What's that gay-looking jacket he's got on?
That's what he's got on.
I think it's the Liberace line. That's what I think. That's what he got it from.
Looks like Prince from Purple Rain.
When they faced off, okay, if you notice, man, Tank was in Rolly's face so much, man. Like, their lips were about to touch, and Rolly had nothing to say about it, man. He choked. Absolutely, he choked again for the second.
Do you reckon he got scared?
I don't know what it is, but
I agree with Soothsayer. The fact that Rolly, when he's in the gym, he's all talk. He comes out with some good zingers every once in a while. But then when he's in the front of the people, that's when the jitters start to get to him. He starts, doing that, and he can't get his act together.
Mm-hmm.
It's.
Well, you got to admit, BD, it's easy to act like the big man in front of a TV or on the phone, but when you're face to face with someone, that's a wholly different story, isn't it?
For most people, like not for me, for example. For me, I'm all business, whether it's on the internet or in real life. People know I'm all business. But mortals like Rolly Romero, you're right. It's a whole different world.
Hey, come on.
Well, I'm just saying. Now, here's what I liked about the press conference, because in the first one, Tank Davis, he was a little bit more reserved. Didn't want to go all out. This time, however, he started saying that Romero's trash, he never beat nobody. And then what I liked was he got into it with Rolly Romero's trainer. He's the guy that I told you I disliked because when they robbed Marinas.
Go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, back to the drawing board. So actually, Davis actually went after him. Check this out.
Name him. I got this too.
Okay, because hold on, let me rewind here.
We know what Bullet do. You don't know shit about me.
All right, so Bullet is the guy that I told you that I dislike, the black guy with the threats. And Davis said, Bullet, we know what he's about. Meaning he ain't about shit.
Yeah, we know that none of your fighters got skills. We know that for sure. You're going to sleep. We know that. We know that. We know that for sure. You better take a better look at the list that I have. Who? Name them. I got this too. Name them. Hey, listen. Name them. You getting beat the fuck up, bro. At the end of the day, this is Rolling versus trash.
By the way, that's all of those guys have weird ass clothing. Romero with the Liberace shirt. This guy, he's got like sprinkles on. What do you call it? It's like sequins on his shirt. It was a very, lively.
Pink?
Yeah.
Is this a black thing?
I don't know, man.
I'll tell you what's a black thing. He was wearing fucking cotton flowers on the side of his jacket. What the fuck is that?
What is this, man? And then you got what's his name? Tank Davis's trainer. He goes, "We don't talk. That's why we do. We don't talk. That's why we do." He's got that thick ass Baltimore accent. He looks like he came out of The Wire.
Damn.
Wait, y'all some amateur motherfuckers that got lucky in the pros. You trash. How many of the pros do you trash? Booker T. You guys have in your team? Okay.
He called him Booker T. I had missed that one. Booker T. Oh, so it's listen, this fight, let's face the facts. The only thing that they were looking for to sell it was the press conference. Because they know Rolly Romero is essentially, he's a prospect. He doesn't have any accomplishments other than a robbery win over Marinas. So what do you guys think is going to happen? Is Marinas going to, is Romero going to get beat down?
Well, BD, how much PPV do you think they're going to sell, in your opinion?
Not a lot. Not a lot. I don't know how much, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do 50,000.
85.
Maybe.
85.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? Because of all the trash talking, maybe they can boost it up to, maybe they can even boost it up to 100,000. But it will not be what they are expecting. I mean, even Brian Coster, or whatever the guy's name is, the guy that looks like a peanut, he was saying hundreds of thousands of people, maybe 1 million, you never know, will watch this fight. And I'm thinking, come on, you're really expecting 1 million people to purchase a pay-per-view? With the way the economy is doing right now, you think 1 million people are going to purchase this? 70 buckaroos.
At the end of the day, this is a boxing after dark fight.
Exactly. Very good point. But now let's play devil's advocate here. What does Rolly Romero have to do to not only make it close against Davis, but dare I say, get the win? Is it possible?
Attack the body. Attack that body. Just like Cruz did. Attack that body, cut the ring off.
Box.
Yep.
Because, wait. You're saying Romero should box?
No. I mean, he should attack the body and be fluid with his footwork. Just at least a little fluidity. Because if you see a majority of his fights, there's no fluidity in his footwork. If he could put his feet right in that spot, cut off the ring, attack the body, he's got the length to do it.
Yeah, he can't box. He cannot box, and his technique is crap. So whoever, I think it was Canman, said that, go to the body, make it awkward. Because one thing he's got going for him, he's 5'8", I think, which is a little bit above average for a lightweight, and he's strong. That's one thing he's going. I dare say he's the strongest guy Davis has ever fought. Now, some people like to say, well, strength doesn't mean anything in boxing. I disagree. If he goes, like Ken Man said, on the inside, chest to chest, makes it awkward. This Rolly Romero, he likes to use the forearms. He's dirty on the inside. He knows his way on the inside. So what do you guys think? You think he could make it interesting at the very least? Don't leave me hanging, fucker. Somebody say something. What do you guys think? You think Romero? Should we bet on Romero, or should I bet?
Well, I would put the bet. I would put the bet. If I want to win some money, I'll put that bet. But
there you go.
He's got a tough test. He's got a tough test.
What's the odds for Rolly?
What's that? I didn't hear you.
What are the odds for Rolly to win?
Good question. Anybody know?
750.
750. So what? 7-1.
7-1.
Wow, that's damn high.
And by the way, okay. Now the reason why I asked this too is because there's a lot of drama coming into this fight. This is what MMA Champ sent me. Hold on a second. Where is it? Anyway, I don't have it with me, but it's that tweet that Davis put out a couple of days ago where he said, once I'm done with this fight, I'm out of their hair, talking about the money team. Then he also tweeted complaining about Mayweather, because Mayweather's going to hold a press conference on the day of Davis's fight. And Davis doesn't like that because he thinks Mayweather's trying to take away the attention from him. What do you guys think? Is this all manufactured drama to get us talking about them? Or do you think there might be trouble in paradise between Davis and Mayweather?
Money talk, bullshit walks at the end of the day. And I think Floyd messed up. I think Floyd messed up. If he's gonna let him go, he's gonna mess up. He's gonna mess up his checks.
Well, I'll tell you what. If Rolly wins, then that's Tank's career's over then with Floyd anyway.
Well, that's the thing.
True.
Romero is with the money team, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. But let's be honest. Tank is the bigger name than Rolly in the money team, isn't it?
But what happened? I agree with you, Kenshiro. But I'm just speaking hypothetically here. What if Romero beats him? He seems to be what Zoomers like. He's got that stupid Zoomer haircut. He loves to talk trash. He's got a social media presence. Would it be too much to say that if he beats Davis, he might be on the trajectory to be what Davis is right now?
What, fighting bums for a fucking little bit of money?
Yeah. Which is, it's some form of financial success. It's most of boxers get.
Yeah, but you look at Rolly. I mean, can you really see him fighting anybody half decent? After at least Tang, you can see him fighting other champions or enticing other champions to fight him. I can't see Rolly enticing Lomachenko, for example.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, it would be hard to keep that momentum going because Romero's he's gonna lose eventually to somebody. And he doesn't even have to be a top 10 lightweight. I think a bottom 15 would beat him. By the way, this is the tweet from Gervonta Davis, which he deleted, by the way. He says, LOL, N-word had a press conference today and fight on the same day. Talking about his fight. No matter how much money you have, you can still be jealous of a motherfucker. Boy.
Wait, who's this N-word?
He's talking about Mayweather. He's talking about Mayweather.
Is that a name? Like who's N-word?
Well, I mean, I can't say the actual word,
All right, I'm just busting your balls,
I know. But yeah, but you know what happens. Listen, I say it in my personal life. I'm not gonna say it here. I said it.
You're hard like that?
Yeah, I said it before, just 2 minutes before coming on the air. I said it. But anyway, listen. The point is that I mean, this whole thing with here was my theory. Maybe Tank Davis and Mayweather are coming up with this fake feud because they know people are looking close to them and they hate him. So maybe they're doing this just to fucking get some traction going.
Do you remember when Adrian Broner had a fake feud with bloody that singer, Latino singer, something 9, and then when the boxing match for Adrian Broner actually happened, that same singer had his own song for Adrian Broner as walking. So as you said, it could be a little fake feud to build up or just to get some extra views.
Yeah.
Anything with Mayweather could be anything. Like you don't know what the fuck.
And don't forget, Mayweather's got a little fight going on with some Arab boy going on, isn't it? So they might be trying to amp some views for that as well. He's getting $5 million fighting this Muslim kid in Arabia, this YouTuber.
Hey, does the loser get stoned over there, or?
Well, hopefully it's Mayweather then.
Oh, come on! Now wait a minute. Now that you're going too far, man. Come on. wishing harm on the guy.
I don't know if somebody said this already. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Something is not right here, man. How is Tank saying this? But at the press conference, what the fuck is the big nose dude? I can't remember his manager, whatever he is.
Ellerby.
Yeah, he seemed like they were fine. So is Elderby mad at Floyd too?
No, Ellerby can never be mad at Floyd.
He's a huge coward. He would never say anything, you know.
Ellerby's rubbing his chest still.
Yeah, because Ellerby went on Twitter the other day, or literally yesterday, saying that Floyd Mayweather is still the biggest thing in boxing. Canelo's and nobody. Canelo's trying to beat Floyd, but still it's Floyd.
So they're just trying to save face then, right? They're trying to do damage control.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Listen, that guy's never going to go against Mayweather. He's infatuated with Mayweather's appendage, if you know what I mean. And he ain't never going to leave that. Mayweather's getting wrapped around his big finger, if you know what I mean. But yeah, Leonard Ellerby is a guy that... He's the guy that said, this was disgusting when he said, Tank Davis is the biggest name in boxing. Like, he doesn't even believe that. He goes, when I talked to my kid's school teacher, she said Tank Davis is her favorite fighter. When I talked to my barber, which actually means hairdresser, he told me that Davis is his favorite fighter. I mean, come on.
Yeah, because they just wax his fucking head.
Hair?
They don't cut anything.
What hair?
Oh, come on.
What hair?
I'm not joking, man. That dude's nose suddenly looks like the New Orleans Saints.
Oh,
another thing that I observed, if you see Tank, man, he carries himself. You know, I get it, that whole hip-hop culture, they got to act all tough. But I think he thinks he's the shit for real, man. And he walks around like he's the best fucking fighter. They've made him believe that over there.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Look at the hat. Look how he wears his hat, the shades. The way he talks, he acts like he's... Like, he tried to get he tried to act like a bully to Pitbull. Pitbull didn't do anything. That's what I think.
Oh, yeah. In the weigh-in, when he turned into a bully. He tried to bully him. And then on fight night, he's the one that spent the majority of the fight running and clenching. So, yeah, you might be right there, Soothsayer. You got a point.
Somebody, I don't know which YouTuber it is, but somebody was close enough to hear what they were saying back and forth. Did anybody hear that? Like Rolly and Tank at the press conference?
Nah, I couldn't hear it. Anybody else? Did anyone else see a different point of view where you could hear what they were saying?
Yeah, I heard it.
What was it? What was it?
I heard it.
It was just a lot of calling each other pussies and you're the fake one. No, you're the fake one. It's dumb as fuck.
You the fake one. No, you the fake one. Hey, speaking of that, here's the quote that I was talking about from Tank Davis's trainer with the fucking heavy, thick Baltimore accent. Hold on a second. Hey, shout out to Rider of the Storm for his contribution with the super chat. He says, if after all this drama between Floyd and Tank turns out to be faked, this can tarnish Tank. If I see Tank's shoes, they look like Fisher Price shoes. Fisher Price shoes. Oh man, shout out to Rider of the Storm.
You know what? One thing they did say though that I just remembered was when Tank was telling Rolly like, "Oh, let's fight right now then," and Rolly goes, "Shut the fuck up, you bitch! You're just trying to get out of this fight because you know damn well there's so much money on this line for me to hit you right now."
This is the only thing.
Bitch, you're trying to get out the fight.
I've only heard Rolly say one thing. He's like, "I'm gonna knock him the fuck out." That's it. That's all he fucking. I'm gonna knock him the fuck out.
And Rolly sounds like he's. Jimmy always keeps saying it, and I never get tired of it. He goes, "This guy's got he's got the big boy helmet on to prevent him from hitting himself every time." This guy, he sounds like he's slow. Nah, one thing that I like to tell people, my dick is as big as your arm.
I'm gonna knock him the fuck out.
All right, so here's Tank Davis's trainer.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Talk boxing. Be professional.
He is talking boxing.
Be professional.
We don't talk. We do what we do.
Exactly. Y'all just talking street stuff.
We do what we do.
We do. Chump.
We do what we do. We do. Remember when what's his name? Snoop in The Wire when she gets killed by Mike at the spoilers for anybody that hasn't ever seen The Wire. She goes, "You ain't never do what you do." He sounds like Snoop.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Or Good Burger.
Oh yeah, with the Fanta, the orange soda.
I do.
Let's play that again. Hold on.
This fight personal.
If it was personal, they would have been packing them up. To be honest. Yeah. Okay. To be honest, like I said, they would have been packed y'all up. If it was serious, if it was personal, I would have been at address niggas at that house.
So in other words, what he's saying is that if it would have been taken seriously, these guys would be dead. Meaning he would have sent some shoot-ass his way.
Oh, shut
And
the
nigga,
fuck
you
up,
ain't no
man.
gangster, first of all.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Talk boxing, be professional.
He is talking boxing.
Be professional.
We don't talk. We do what we do. Exactly.
Y'all just talking street stuff.
We don't talk. We do what we do. Chump.
And by the way, somebody
Oh, you know what it is?
Real quick,
That's that Baltimore accent. That
yeah, it's
fucks up that
Baltimore.
D.
Yeah, that's what I said in the beginning. And somebody in the comment section goes, my credit score went down 20 points after watching this.
Dude, my brain cells went down 20 points after hearing that.
Nah, it was entertaining. Come on, man. It was entertaining. You gotta admit.
It's too WWE, man. It's like, come on, stop fucking. It's like, you know the fight's gonna be shit, so you're trying to sell it for the WWE aspect.
You know what, Kenshiro? Do you think there's gonna be a lot of clinching in this fight?
Well, yeah, because let's be honest, if it's gonna be, if they both try to work to their strengths, someone's gonna get knocked out quite early.
Well, so you think Romero's type of punching power is enough to hurt Tank Davis?
I mean, they both can hurt each other, but I mean, the way that Tank's always good, he gets more closer hit, and I don't think Rolly, because of all of his length of arms and stuff. I mean, I think probably that's gonna be more detrimental to him to fight Tank's way.
That's a good, interesting point right there. Now, let me ask. Oh, go ahead, Carter. Yeah.
Like the only thing that worries me about Rolly is that he's not very elusive. You can kind of tell when he's about to start swinging, and Tank's very good at setting people up. So I feel like he's gonna run into one of like an uppercut or something. Because the chance that I give Rolly is that he throws in bunches, and that gives Tank problem. Like he kind of wants to set up the one hitter quitter. He's kind of falling into that Deontay Wilder bullshit. So it's like he wants to set that one hitter quitter. And I think Rolly eventually will fall into it because he's not very elusive with his punches. You can tell when he goes forward and he's about to swing stuff. But like I said, he throws in bunches.
All right. Yeah, that's a good point. And Tank Davis is a one shot at a time type guy. So MMA Champ wants me to play this video here. Hold on a second. I have to download it after when they were jawing at each other. Meanwhile, as I download the video, let me ask the white guy on the panel. Jimmy, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Did you see the press conference for the Romero Davis?
A little bit. I know he tweeted something after, then deleted it right away.
Did you? Okay, let me ask you this, man. First of all, did you hear what we played from the press conference a couple of seconds ago?
No, I didn't hear that.
Okay,
well, the clip you played.
Tank Davis said, somebody asked him, "Do you take this personal? What's going on between you and what's his name, Romero?" And he said, "No. If it was personal, they'd be packing them up. Meaning, he would have sent some of his boys over there to do the dirty." And then a Bullet, who's Romero's trainer, said, "You ain't no gangster. No, what do you think about this type of tactics in press conference when they start talking about how gangster and murderers and all that? Is that low, or do you think that's entertaining? Well, what's your opinion on this?"
Well, it belongs to sport. I mean, it's a sport. Could you picture something like that being said in any other professional sport? There was a time, even in boxing, it was decorum. Like, you didn't talk about murdering people or putting a body, you be leaving here in a body bag, that type of shit. That's hyperbole. But then again, I mean, Tank, you look at, what does he get, an 8th grade education, 9th grade? He's from Baltimore. Even if he graduated, doesn't mean he could fucking add. It's just, it is what it is. Sadly, he was raised, his mother, I don't know if she's got her shit together now, but she was in and out of his life. You know the story. The kid was raised rough in one of the roughest cities in the country. So all he's known is that shit. You can throw money at somebody. You can put a fucking fur coat and have him drive a Ferrari. He's still a fucking thug. It just is what it is. And you're going to resort to what you know. And when he's pushed, that's where he's going to go to. You know what I'm saying?
Are you talking about me or are you talking about Tank Davis?
No, I wouldn't disrespect you like that, dude. Yeah, I know you'd send your boys down. You'd be on the phone. You fucked me, Jimmy, like in Scarface. Your friends would be climbing my back fence right now as you're speaking.
But all right, no. So let me ask you this, Jimmy. Then you mentioned the tweet, and MMA Champ sent it to me, and I'm putting it on the screen here, and it says, "LOL, N-word had a press conference today and fight on the same day. No matter how much money you have, you can still be jealous of a motherfucker, boy." So he's talking. Some people are he deleted the tweet, by the way. So some people are saying that he was talking about Mayweather, who's gonna be holding a press conference, that he's gonna be fighting some Arab YouTuber, and he's gonna do that press conference on the same day that Davis is fighting. And Davis sort of thinks that, or interpreted that as Mayweather stealing the shine from it. What do you think? Is that true? Do you think this trouble in paradise is real? Is what I'm trying to get to.
I was thinking it was a lot of fucking bunk until just recently, and something like that. Because then I was kind of going personal at him. You know what I mean? Like that is a thing that's one of. If there's a knock on Mayweather, listen, he cannot. I said that before, a couple of years ago, and I said it back when he was still fighting professionally in the next round. I said, you watch the levels this guy goes to, because all he has is his fame. There's a reason why when he's on vacation, ever see him when he takes fucking selfies? It's literally just him. He never goes anywhere with friends. It's all about him. I told you when a year after he retired, MGM Grand took his stuff down, the Floyd Mayweather shit down in the front of it, and he threw a fucking ape shit. He walked in and went ballistic because they took it down. Like, what are we supposed to keep this place, after you forever? So, yeah, he's always done that, dude. Go back. It doesn't even have to be his fighter, but anytime there's a weekend of a big Canelo fight, Triple G, when Triple G Canelo fought the first time, the next day he tweeted out something about his coming. Yeah, dude, and the more he becomes irrelevant, because just no matter how great, you could be the greatest fighter ever lived, as time goes by, people are going to forget you. And when you have your boy Ellaby, the only thing he can ever tweet out is, yeah, they forget he's the top fucking pay-per-view seller of all time. You know what? That's great. In 20 years from now, fucking scrubs who, barely did anything in sport videos would be watched more than his in his later years in his career, because that's all they fucking cared about. So yeah, no, he's going to become more and more desperate to be relevant, and and that's definitely I don't know if Mayweather's up on that. That's how people think about him. I'm always saying he's always grabbing people's shine, but that's what I've said too, that who would sign with that guy? He always makes it about himself. Even at his press conferences, a reporter will ask fucking Tank a question. He's halfway through, and Mayweather steps in. I don't give a fuck what you do for a living. That's disrespectful. You know what I mean? Especially when you're on camera. Dude just steps all over your shit. But yeah.
So people have made this. I'm sorry. Go ahead, BDA.
No, go ahead, man.
Well, I remember when Roy Jones was promoting himself at the end of his career, when he was finally starting to make real money after the John Ruiz fight, because all his other pay-per-views before that weren't giving him anywhere near Oscar De La Hoya money. And so he started saying when he was done, he was going to, become a promoter. And the buzz was amongst fighters and fight fans and gym rats was that he was going to be this great promoter because look at what he does with himself right now. And even De La Hoya has proven that that fighters on the business side of promotion are only going to be so successful long enough while removing themselves. Like De La Hoya made sure that Richard Schaefer was making all the calls, and he was the one. Golden Boy was just there to smile and collect the check. But Richard Schaefer was doing the work. Once he started making it about himself that he was a promoter, look what's happened to Golden Boy.
That's a good point.
Roy Jones hasn't promoted anything relevant at all in the sport, and every last one of Floyd's fighters have left are about to leave him if Tank actually officially signs with someone else, which I haven't heard anything yet, but to my knowledge it's still an if. So
well, I gotta tell you, at least the Gervonta Davis Romero press conference had something going for it. It's got a little bit of a rivalry. It's difficult to say if it's real, genuine, or fake, but at least they got something going. Ryan Garcia in the meantime, yeah, he might have more followers, but he's just a straight up weirdo, and I just want to prove that by playing this once again.
I promise you that.
Ryan Garcia, the main event tomorrow night.
I'm ready. Let's go. Tomorrow. All right then, tomorrow.
He sounds like a politician. You know those politicians like this is for tomorrow. It's like, shut up.
What's that song? Is it Annie? Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like fucking theater kid.
I'm not impressed with him any more than anybody else on the panel today. He's had some highlight reel knockouts of second-rate opposition that made him from prospect to contender. But as a contender, he hasn't done anything. And MMA champ and I may have sounded like we disagreed on some stuff. I'm full agreement to the fact he hasn't accomplished anything in his career yet, especially taking time off and then almost wanting us to give him a birthday present of put him back in the rankings like he deserves anything. He hasn't done that yet. And I don't like how he thinks he's... sorry, I'll continue after that siren finishes going off.
But by the way, can somebody confirm? Ryan Garcia said we're going to be seeing tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Let me play it again because I'm not sure.
Everybody here, I'm going to tell you something about the people from Texas. They're as real as they come. They're straight up, and I love you guys. Thank you guys for supporting me. I'm going to give you guys the best show. I'm going to leave my mark here. I promise you that. I'm going to leave my mark here. You're going to remember this fight for the rest of your lives. I'm going to hit him with something. Oh, tomorrow.
Garcia, the main event tomorrow night.
I'm ready. Let's go. Tomorrow. All right, then. Tomorrow it is. Let's go.
You know, somebody asked the question, is he, I think it was Soothsayer, is he popular with Mexicans? I can tell you that prior to 2017, Canelo wasn't all that popular. I mean, yeah, he had the publicist and they got him the interviews and the coverage in Mexico, so he was a name. But whether he was liked or disliked, that's a different subject. You can be famous and disliked. And with Canelo, there was that footage of him. Remember that he was in a fight and people were heckling him. Hey, Triple G, when you gonna fight Triple G, Messi? And they started fucking heckling him, and it finally got him to say, you know what, I gotta fight Triple G. So Mexican boxing fans, they'll like you, but if you start fighting one too many bombs or subpar opposition, they'll turn on you. And Ryan Garcia,
the difference with Mexican fans, at least with Canelo, he uses machismo, whereas Ryan uses fucking maricon. You know what I mean?
Okay,
and that's the difference.
wait a minute.
Yeah,
I can't say that, man.
Boy definitely needs to throw some bass in his voice. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he needs some compression. That's what I got. Well, listen, I was telling people here in the beginning of the show, I think Garcia, he better watch it, man. He better cross his, what do they say? Dot his I's and cross his T's, whatever the fuck that means. Because Tagoe is going to bring it. Tagoe could be dangerous. Now, we haven't talked about the other fight, Fundora, actually Lubin versus Fundora. That's another fight that's very intriguing. What do you guys think about that one? How do you see that one going?
That's the fight I want to see this weekend. That's the fight I want to see the most this weekend. I want to see Triple G Murata because on paper, with the knockout ratios and what's on the line, it should be a good fight. But that's the one that's got me the most intrigued because Lubin's been on pretty much a good streak since he got knocked out one round by the lighter punching Charlo. Mm-hmm. So maybe that was a fluke. Maybe it wasn't. This fight should show that. Maybe this Fundora kid is everything they were hyping him up to be to his height. Maybe he's not. Beating Lubin and being able to take Lubin's punches, because Lubin's experienced enough to be able to get that mid zone that is going to give Fundora trouble, and that should show what this kid's made of. So I'm excited to see who's going to come out on top, even though the junior middleweight division's full of unproven fighters and underachievers. I still am excited about this fight, and I want to see who comes out on top.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with Chief. I think this is the most interesting fight. Can't predict. The style matchup is very intriguing. Lubin, he's shown some resilience in his past few fights with Goucher and Rosario, where he's been hurt a little bit and come back and put it on the guy. But I wonder if Fundora is able to kind of crash him and starts hitting punches around his guard. And he seems to be really vulnerable to that temple shot. And that's my main concern for Lubin. I expect Lubin to win and to catch Fundora with that left hand because he was open for it against Jamonte Clark all night. And Lubin's more accurate. But I don't know, Fundora's kind of a freak too. It's really hard for me to gauge him because when you size him up, you look at him, you think, this guy, he can't possibly take a body shot. He's got like a pencil-thin neck. It looks like it's easy to knock him out, but I've seen him get walloped and just continue walking forward like nothing happened. He looks like Gumby or something, man. Looks like his bones are made of like some kind of jello material, like he just
absolutely.
Scrawnier version of
rubber
Paul
band
Williams.
man.
Sorry, you weren't done yet.
Yeah,
version of Paul Williams. You don't think
that's a good way
one
to
thing
put
I know
it.
for a fact, they're not going to last long with a style like that if they don't learn how to Marvin Hagler it up a little bit and learn how to pick these shots off coming in and not take them flush. You can be a pressure fighter and not who is Cesar Chavez, another good example. These guys are not the fighters I'm naming, but if you pick up some of those nuances and pick those shots off, you can still come forward and be an aggressive fighter and be exciting. But if you take them flush, you're not going to have a long career.
Yeah. I mean, Chavez is a far cry. I actually think Chavez's defense is really underrated. Like, if you rewatch that Pernell fight, if you watch the Pernell fight, he's walking forward. He has a cross-arm guard. He's snaking with his shoulders. He's able to defend himself really well.
Now I've got a question. I haven't really seen Fundora fight, but obviously I can see his height. He's about 6'5". So is he a bit like Tommy Hearns? Has he got that sort of power or not really?
No, he doesn't have that snapping power where he hits you at the end of his punch and it just rattles you. He just has like that consistency where he's hitting you over and over again. And because his size is so much more than anyone at that division, it's so much to handle. So he beats people up.
And he has good leverage on some of his shots when he turns them over just right and turns his hips or turns his shoulders. Really, he doesn't really have to turn his hips. He's so tall. But it's an attrition type power, not a snapping power. I can't see who's talking because I don't know. But whoever made that point was.
It's a me, Irish Andre Ward. But yeah, I agree. He doesn't have that snapping power. Lubin on paper, right? Like he has really good feet. He should be able to just move around the ring and pick his range, and definitely catch Fundora coming in because Fundora doesn't know how to fight any other way. And I saw like a breakdown on him that pointed out that Fundora doesn't really know how to throw a jab either. Like he turned his punch over before the punch is extended, so you can always see the jab coming. Sorry, I'll mute myself on that.
Yeah, listen, he's got freakish size, and one of the reasons why you rarely see people that size is not only because it's rare to get to that size and at that weight class, but also because it's hard to make boxing work when you're that. There is such a thing as being too lanky. He still manages to do well on the inside, but so far he's managed to do it against subpar opposition. And Lubin, for his part, he's much more talented as a fighter. He seems to have more potential, but then he's got the Linares Khan factor, which is very talented but shaky. Now, before we continue on with that, let me just give a shout out to Rex for his contribution with the super chat, and he says Ryan Garcia has been pregnant with Oscar De La Hoya's baby. That's why he's been so inactive. All right, shout out to Rex, who says that De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia have been. Well, let me play a couple. Actually, I had some audio from their little meeting, but I think you get the gist of it. Shout out to Rex. Porn. Yeah, might be. Shout out to Rex for his contribution with Super Chat. Always appreciate it. So yeah, fellas, with the Lubin thing, Lubin has a lot of talent, man. But it's just, and Cardo brought up the good point. I think it was Cardo. Sometimes we talk about chins. We say, oh, that guy doesn't have a good chin. But chin has become the term that we use for a guy that's vulnerable, who doesn't have a lot of endurance. I think Lubin is the type of guy that whether you hit him on the top of the head, the chin, the side of the chin, the front, whatever, he just can't take a good punch. Would that be fair to say?
Punch resistance altogether.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. And I said it earlier in the show and before, this entire junior middleweight class, these guys are talented. J-Rock is talented. Tony Harrison, to an extent, has skill. I don't think he's upper level skill, but I've seen what he can do with the way he throws his punches, his technique. It's all talented. Just none of them have that second gear it factor to be able to stay dominant. It appears that Jamel Charlo has it at the moment because he's still around, but he never fought any of those guys.
Exactly. And I don't know what they were waiting for, man, because they could have, Jarrett Hurd and Charlo, they could have made it, and they never did. They just kept recycling the same fighters. Charlo put him in against Trout. Jarrett Hurd, hey, put him in there against Trout, put him in there against Harris, put him in there against. I mean, the J-Rock fight backfired on them because he was supposed to be J-Rock, and instead Williams overturned the card. So, man, that was a waste. But this division is still good. Look at everyone in there, man. You got Zhu, you got Castaño, you got Charlo, you've got Madrimov. Man, it's a booming division. I mean, Lubin, Fundora. But the question is, will all these guys end up fighting each other?
Oh, so far as BJ, can I say one thing to Jimmy? Jimmy, I posted a reply to one of your posts on Twitter on the 2nd of April, showing you that YouTube boxing channel. So if you want, I'm the only person that posted that day for you, so you can easily access it if you want to see the other guys boxing YouTube channel. That's what I wanted to say.
What's the deal again?
On the 2nd of April, I posted a reply on your Twitter. I'm the only person that posted for the other person's boxing YouTube channel. That's
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Jimmy will see if he can reply to you. He's very busy and he doesn't reply to everybody. That's just the way it is, Kenshiro. Sorry. Go ahead, Major Tom. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I think they're doing that right now in the 154-pound division. I think Tony Harrison is fighting Sergio Garcia, who was last in a fight with what's his name? Fundora. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are mixing it up a bit.
No, but that's the thing, though. I didn't see his last fight, but didn't he look like crap? People are saying.
Yeah, he looked horrible.
He might be done, man.
He might be because Charlo really beat him up.
Yeah, that was a tough fight for both guys, man. People forget. I mean, Charlo has been in that fight and then the Castaño fight. Those were two rough battles for him, and he might just be nearing. I mean, he might have taken a little something out of him. So, who are you guys picking then between Fundora and Lubin? Because this is a 50-50, man. Either Lubin outboxes Fundora or Fundora takes him out down the line. Well, what do you guys think?
I got Lubin by 8th round TKO.
Oh,
Fundora all the way. It's going to go the distance. That Spanish guy he fought before, it couldn't knock him out.
Yeah, Lubin's better than that guy, and he's going to target the body. That guy was a headhunter.
Yeah, Conchera, is it A.R. Kyle Hyde?
That's one, yeah, that's the one.
Okay, brother, I just followed you back. All right, All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we got people picking. Some people are picking Fundora, and some people are picking Lubin. Major, you said you think Lubin's going to work the body?
Absolutely. How could you not? If he's a smart boxer, he should.
And if he doesn't, do you think that's going to be because Fundora's going to take it away, or just because Lubin's just not that good at doing that?
Well, hopefully, I think they have a plan for that. Well, hopefully, whatever happens, he should be able to adapt because I think he's a good boxer. And in boxing, you have to be able to adapt.
And you know what?
But I think he's just better.
Just to highlight that to your point there about how good he is. A lot of people were picking him to beat Charlo when they were going to fight. It was sort of like Charlo's version of what his brother did to J-Rock. Most people, well, not most, but a lot of people I remember on the internet were going with J-Rock because he was sort of like the dark horse of the division. And they tried to do the same thing with Lubin. It just didn't work out. That chin, just unreliable for some reason.
Hey, the last Fedora fight that I watched, the announcers kept saying that he was a brawler, and they were ready to see him be a brawler. And it was underwhelming because he didn't bring the brawler. I mean, what is he gonna have to be the brawler in this?
Interesting question.
I've got excuse me. Hello there, everybody.
What's up, man?
Yeah, I've got Fundora to win this fight. I've got money on Fundora also to win it.
Oh,
I just think seriously, I think he's bigger. He's as strong. He's as good as Lubin on the inside. He's actually an inside fighter, Fundora, because he doesn't fight to his height. He kind of has to crouch and sort of give in all his limbs, so legs, but back, everything, to size up with his opponent, which makes him sort of an inside fighter. So that's sort of his attribute. But he can also box long, and that's one thing he's trying to get better at. And I've noticed he's got better at fight by fight. So you'll match Lubin on length. You'll match him on the inside. The only Lubin's chance is bodywork, like the chap said earlier on. So he's only got that one chance if he does get his bodywork in.
Now, help me understand something here. Whenever somebody puts their money down, that means they're confident. So is that the case with you? Are you confident Fundora is going to get the job done against Lubin?
Yeah, 100%.
Whoa, 100%. Whoa, okay.
Yeah, 100%. I've got all the attributes on Fundora apart from...
So where were those... Hey, where 100%. Were those attributes in the last fight?
Well, but it's different, it's different
styles,
different fights, different styles, different fights. You can't be looking like he looked like this. He's going to look like that. It doesn't work like that. It's a different chapter, different film. I'm just saying what he can do and what Lubin can do. And Lubin's chinny also, or he's weak there. And I don't think he's got the mentality also, Lubin.
Hey, Major Tom. Major Tom, what about that? Do you think Pishquet, or I don't know how to say it there, Pishquet, do you think he's going to end up losing his money tomorrow?
Who?
No, I'm asking Major Tom. Major Tom, because he's picking Lubin.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, definitely going to lose his money. Definitely going to lose his money. This Fundora late stoppage of points, definitely.
Yeah.
But Lubin's not there. Lubin's not at it mentally. Chinny. I even at the I watched the weigh-in and stuff. I didn't see a confident guy. I saw a bloke in a shell, and Fundora looked like an X-Men. Like he didn't look human. It was glowing. He was, too much. He's going to be too much for Lubin.
Well, let Major Tom
look within himself.
Right.
Well, body language, everything you could just see.
Let Major Tom reply. Major Tom, what do you think about that?
Well, if you talk about what they look like, well, I thought Lubin looked like he worked in the Silicon Valley, but yeah. But anyway, yeah, I think that he's right. Every fight's different, but you pick up on things that fighters do. Tendencies, mistakes that they make. Consistently. And I've seen him. He's quite. He sometimes when he thinks he could just bully these guys, he keeps his head on the line. I don't know. That they call him the Hammer for a reason.
The thing is, both are not perfect fighters.
But I pick Lubin to pick up to try to use his Lubin's weaknesses against. Fundora's weaknesses against him. And that's what I think when I think he's a smart fighter. So that's what smart fighters do.
Yeah, I also picked Lubin to stop him late. I'm not terribly confident because of the chin, but just looking on paper, like I mentioned before, Fundora really doesn't have a jab, and Gervonta Clark was able to time him all night. I know the anthropometry is different for Lubin, but Lubin has a lot more speed and power, so he's going to be able to see that jab coming as Fundora tries to crash him on the way in. And Lubin is a pretty good inside fighter, too. Like, I've seen him put it on Goucher. I've seen him put it on Rosario, who's a pretty strong guy. So he's faced better opposition. I think he's pretty hungry. I'll say he looked like a bum at the press conference. So did Harrison. Both of them. Like Harrison, wore like a dirty hoodie. I don't know what he was doing. Like he looked like he literally just came off the streets straight into the press conference. Like he came from panhandling to he had a jar in his hand, with the quarters. Like, hey, can give me the bus fare back? But yeah, I don't really know what the idea for that was. But yeah, I can see Fundora winning, of course. But I think just what I saw from the Gervonta Clark fight and the Sergio Garcia fight, that's like two fights where Fundora basically lost.
Wait, by the way,
Lubin is a southpaw.
Sorry to interrupt you, man. Oh, go ahead, Kenshiro, and then I gotta say something. Go ahead, Kenshiro.
Oh yeah, well, on William Hill in England, Lubin is 4-6 to win, and Fundora is 6-5. So the bookies got Lubin. But I'm just saying that's all I just want to say.
That's a lot of money has gone on Lubin. That those lines were tighter. I did see when they came out, and admittedly, a lot of money has gone on Lubin, and they have fluctuated accordingly. So yeah,
you also have to remember that most of the money that comes in for a fight, most of the money that comes in isn't bet until pretty much fight day. People tend to hold until the last second. So
there's a lot of professional gamblers that take the early price though, and that measures it up straight away.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, interesting. Professional gamblers take that early price straight away.
Yeah, I don't think the odds really matter. Like, we see enough.
Of course.
People that means nothing.
It's an even fight, admittedly, but I'm just very heavy on Fundora. I just think he's the guy on the up, and he has got the attributes, and Lubin's isn't the guy on the up.
He is taller, so he is up. He is further up. You are right there. He's on the up on every other fighter he fights.
Pardon the pun. He is literally on the up. He is.
You know what, Fundora? I hear he's a guy. He does a lot of benevolent work over where he's at. I think when the fire people, when there's a cat stuck in a tree, they call him. That way they don't get to take out the ladder. I mean, I'm telling you, this guy, he's doing good for the community. Now, speaking of the community, who has, Irish Andrew Ward brought up the Tony Harrison thing. I don't think he looked that bad, Irish Andrew Ward. I think he was just wearing a sweatsuit, which is standard procedure for a lot of these guys when they do a press conference. But here's where he went wrong. Apparently, Luis Arias was in the crowd, and they started joking at each other. And check this out. I didn't know this until I just saw this right now. Hold on.
Ass nigga. The little bitch ass niggas don't know how to sit back and wait. And then little bitch want to wait and then want to lose and still want to talk about shit that. And then nigga want to lose and still talk about motherfucking fight. Shit. Oh yeah, but you a fucking lame ass nigga. You a lame ass nigga.
To the fighters here on this stage.
By the way, I apologize for the use of the N-word, but then check this out, man.
Let's leave it to the fighters.
Pelea.
I like that the guy. I don't know who that fighter is, but the Spanish one, he's laughing his ass off.
And still want to talk about shit that, and then nigga want to lose and still talk about motherfucking fight. Shit. Oh yeah, but you a fucking lame ass nigga. You a lame ass nigga.
Let's leave it to the fighters here on this stage. Hey, let's leave it to the fighters.
Pelea.
This guy, see, this guy, pelea.
So instead of Will Smith going up to the stage, Chris Rock went down and started to smack the guy up.
Oh,
Tony, let's get you back on stage.
I like how they tried to remain professional after all that. Let's try to come back on
it's
stage.
Amazing, right? They bring him right back on stage. Yeah, that's just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a Friday.
Like they expected, what are you gonna do?
I mean, this is just a Friday night. This is just a Friday night for Tony Harrison at the pool hall. This is, it's standard procedure, man.
That's what I'm saying. Man, he came straight up the street. He had the cup in his hand, everything. No, that was just a gray sweatshirt. Look closer. That gray sweatshirt has stains on it and everything.
No,
he didn't even bother to get it clean. He didn't even buy a recently one.
Oh man! So, yes.
Can I just say, just to piggyback when you guys were talking about Ryan Garcia, if I may?
Well, you don't want to piggyback off anything that's related to Ryan Garcia, but yes, go ahead.
No, I just think that he's everybody's favorite boxer, right? I just think Ryan Garcia is everybody's favorite boxer, but people just don't want to admit it because it's not cool to admit it. Because it's not macho to admit it.
Is he a favorite of yours? I'm just curious. Is he a favorite of yours?
Because boxing's so macho, right? It's so macho. It's not for pretty boys. And people not out here, they'll be like, obviously they're going to be like, they want to see him be great first before they can say they can like him. Oscar had the same thing, I recall. Maybe not as bad, but I recall Oscar, because when he was pretty boy, this, that, and the other, they were hesitant to say, obviously they loved him. He had his fans, whatever, but there was those ones that were like,
wasn't Oscar a gold medalist? The dude could fight.
He can fight. But Ryan can fight also. He's a 16-time bloody whatever champions, amateur champion.
Yeah, that's in youth champions. They give those out.
Yeah, but the dude, he still had over 200 amateur fights.
But the difference is Oscar didn't come off across like a batty man, but whereas Ryan,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about that sort of stuff. It matters what they do in the ring.
Honestly, I think Oscar is clearly was more handsome than Ryan.
I think he's going through the same thing as Cristiano Ronaldo did at soccer. It was
but people know Ronaldo's straight.
I'm gonna leave my mark here. You're gonna remember this.
All the guys you're talking about though are really top end of their sport. Oscar De La Hoya was fighting pretty often, Ryan Garcia,
On a serious note, I think there's a difference between acting metrosexual and the way Ryan's going about it.
And by the way, hold on. We got LT jumping in. It's been a while since he's been on, so let's get LT in on this. LT, what do you think about this Ryan Garcia? Do you think he's being unjustly criticized because he doesn't fit the stereotype of a boxer, meaning rugged and with a fucking flat nose and everything?
Nah, bro, it is just a fight.
I mean, to compare Oscar De La Hoya with Ryan Garcia, I mean, boxing wise, it's ridiculous, but everything about getting naked, dressing like a bitch, and all that shit, that's true. Like, you know what I mean? You can, like, see the similarities in that shit. But inside the ring, so fucking different, man. I mean, first of all, Oscar De La Hoya was never moved, like, correctly or moved on the right way, you know, to make him look good. Oscar De La Hoya, from the get-go, was fighting killers, man. Since 23, he was fighting Julio Cesar Chavez. So I don't get this. This Ryan is already 23, and who is he fighting? Who?
Tagoe.
Tagoe, my bad, Tagoe, right? Who is he again?
No, come on.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Who the fuck is Ryan fighting? And look, man, and it's okay. And look, man, Ryan Garcia is a social media sensation, and that's where he's supposed to be at. You know, he looks good on Twitter. You know, maybe, you know, a couple of Fruit of the Loom sponsorships. You know, well, his career is doing okay, but inside the ring, he's a bitch.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm gonna say this: Oscar would never like duck an eliminator. You know what I mean? Like if you put a Fonseca in front of Oscar, he'll kill him.
Interesting.
I think also nowadays with the social media and stuff, it's a lot different to what we used to watch boxing in the 80s and 90s. They didn't have fucking Twitter and Facebook in the 80s and 90s, and I think people obviously go about marketing themselves in a different way. You know, unfortunately.
We've seen this point made like a million times. Sorry, but like
I think
that makes no sense. That makes really like no sense at all. Like, we have boxing now, right? We've always had boxing. Like we have social media now. So what? Like, you know, he's popular on social media. That's a detriment to his career. So people find him annoying.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anybody. I don't think there's anybody at 135 or 140 that can beat Ryan Garcia.
Lomachenko couldn't beat me, don't think?
You think Lomachenko?
I don't think any of them beat him. He's too big, too strong. Now he's with Gooch.
Bro, come on,
he's a different animal.
He's got fucking bricks for feet, dog. He can't move.
The dies on it. We will do them. He would beat them all up to 140.
You don't think even Josh Taylor can beat him?
We'll see. You guys can't prove that it's true or not. You know,
look, of course, they're just making shit up. Like, I mean, I could say the same thing about Canelo. No one in heavyweight can beat Canelo, and you guys can't prove that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
no one can beat Canelo. Prove me that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one's over the top.
Well, Pishquit, could you break it? Down? Could you break it down to the unbelievers or the disbelievers? Why do you? What do you see in Ryan Garcia that makes you think that he's the best lightweight right now?
Yeah,
just his boxing skills. He's got underrated footwork. He's got probably the best hand speed in boxing. Right, top 3 hand speed in boxing. He's got top three power in boxing.
Come on, Paolo, be honest, bro. You like how he looks on those underwear.
That's where you go. You can't be going there. You can't be going there with shit like that.
You let the UK side down with some of this shit now. Come on now, man.
It makes you... Come on, Paolo. You want to buy those fucking underwears, bro. You know, you think it might look as good as
I'm telling you now,
as him on you, bro.
You guys are just acting too macho. It's the boxing thing, innit? You don't want to.
Nah, bro. Look, man. Let me point it plain and simple, bro. Let me point it plain and simple, bro. This guy has. Let me put it plain and simple, man. This guy has mental health problems.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. This guy has mental health problems. And then he ends up having, like, I don't know, ducking like 3 or 4 fighters straight. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, these not even their promoters, bro. Not even their promoters believe in him, bro. Not Oscar De La Hoya does not believe in him, bro.
He's not gonna fuck up, LT. Don't worry, my man.
He already fucked up, bro. Let me tell you, bro. Because the hard work, The hard work is not put on social media. It's not put on Instagram. It's not put on TikTok. The hard work is put on the gym, and that's where he already fucked up. He's not dedicated. He just after that bag. He just wants to be popular. He wants to be a movie star. That's what he wants to be. He wants to be that underwear model, bro. He wants to be Marky Mark. You know what I mean? That's what he wants to be, bro. He doesn't want to be a boxer. He's just using this boxing stage to elevate him to whatever he wants to be next. Maybe a transgender. You never know what these fucking kids right now, bro. Like, I swear to God, on this era, bro.
Marky Mark is a little bit too masculine. I wouldn't went with Ricky Martin.
Wait, yeah.
I think he's going to prove you all wrong. I really do. He's going to prove you all wrong. And you're gonna
I used Marky Mark because I used Marky Mark because he used this rap group or whatever hip hop group he was in to, become a star, like to go.
Yeah, but I don't see him assaulting any Thai people, or Vietnamese people.
Yeah, hey, but prove you wrong. I think he's going to dominate up to middleweight. Really
you're choosing the wrong terms here because you said you guys are going to have to bow down to Ryan. I mean, come on, you got to choose a better word than that because none of us here want to bow down in front of Ryan Garcia. That's the last thing we want to do. Now, I understand where you're coming from a boxing perspective. But let me just say this: from a boxing perspective, I understand what you're saying. You're saying because of his physical characteristics, which are that not only is he fast and quick, but he's also much taller than some of these guys.
Yes,
and then on top of that, if he's got Goose in his corner, he could turn him into a formidable foe. But LT also brings up a good point, and I want to get your thoughts on this. Mentally, it seems like he might not be all there. Like, in other words, he's got too many options outside of boxing. What do you think about that? Do you think he can overcome that, or?
I absolutely agree that mentally I like to use the word now, wasn't there. Okay, because obviously he had these relationship problems. The child, the missus, what bitch he's fucking, which one he wasn't fucking. No, but that was important because these things get in the way. Then you also
are you saying that's what made him gay?
Can I answer the question then?
Yeah, let him finish, please. Let him finish.
Then he had the camp issues. He's not happy in the camp there. Too many egos in there. Ryan needs the full attention because, if he wants to go and do his eyebrows, he might have to go and do his eyebrows. I don't care if he has to go and do his eyebrows. Like Cristiano Ronaldo goes and does his eyebrows, but he's still getting the hat tricks. So Ryan will still get Ronaldo to Ryan. What I'm going to say is now he's with Goosen, proper setup, his father, his family, and it's just them, and he's getting all the attention he deservedly and he thinks he needs because we are all different, and clearly he's the sort of dude that needs all the attention. And to be in the Canelo camp, he's not going to get all the attention because Reynoso's baby is Canelo. It's always going to be Canelo. He's always going to be looking at his baby in the gym. He's not going to be looking at Ryan. And
Can I counter that?
Can I say something?
No, let me counter that. Hold on.
So So I think outside of the ring, he's got things settled. I would think so. I believe so. I've got no proof of this.
Let me say something.
Gym he also has with Goosen, which we all know he's known since a child.
Somebody else.
I mean,
Paolo, comparing, and I like that comparison in the fact that they both come out wearing lingerie or they both come out wearing underwear, half naked. But this is the difference. Cristiano Ronaldo got to where he's at, not just being handsome, but actually stay dedicated into his craft.
Yeah, the work.
Stay dedicated. Hold on. And he's a team player. He plays in soccer, and everyone thinks that boxing is an individual sport. No, it's not. It's not. It's also a team, and he's not a team player. It's like Oscar. It's like
he is a team player now.
It's like Cristiano Ronaldo. It's like Cristiano Ronaldo. It's like Cristiano Ronaldo wanted to be the best in his team. Hold on. It's like Cristiano Ronaldo wanted to be the best and wanted all the attention and the team when he was in Manchester United. Unfortunately, he wasn't. Rooney was still there. So you see the difference? He has to be a team player. And unfortunately for Ryan Garcia, Canelo's still there.
Oh.
You have to be a team player. And that goes all around. They're all learning from each other. See,
I got a question. I got a question.
But
what team are they playing for?
I agree with you, but at the same time, he needs his own setup. He needs his own setup, his own trainer.
Ryan, mate, you already made your fucking point. Hold on. Hey, I think Ryan Garcia is going to suffer.
Fucking me.
What?
I said, don't you what, and don't you fucking me is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Get him, Paolo.
All right.
Anyways,
in the UK,
hey, Ryan Garcia is going to suffer the same fate as a child actor. He requires attention. He requires to be pampered. The same thing as a star, as a child star, like Corey Haim. The same fate he's going to have the same fate.
Hey, by the way, Suits here, were you stepping to Pishquit here? It sounds like you were trying to body him a little bit.
Oh, what's up? What's up?
What's up? What's your problem?
No, I don't have a problem, but you need to let people...
Don't you like knockout punchers? What do you like? Back foot bitches, do you? I bet you like someone like Haney or something, do you?
So, Pish, I've got a question
Tell
for
me
you.
Haney. Tell me you like Haney. You like Haney, don't you?
Hey, what's wrong with Haney? Come on.
Yeah, he's a cyclist backwards. You know, they're cycling, the clowns cycle backwards.
Man. And by the way,
I like
LT,
knockouts. I like knockouts.
I like it too,
yes, sir. G-strings. I don't care what he wears and does outside the ring. But if he gets in the ring and he motherfucking knocking fuckers out, right, that's what it's all about. And that's what I like. I don't like.
Don't forget to hit the like button, fellas. Don't forget to hit the like.
Fuck who he's knocking out. You don't let somebody fucking talk. I gotta fucking yell at you. You don't want me to fucking yell at you.
Yeah. So what's your problem then? What you got to say?
I just made my point. BJ, move on. What's the name? Let's go.
Well, it's Ryan Garcia. We're still on it, man. I think it's a good subject here.
What the fuck?
Because I'm serious. Because look, listen, Ryan Garcia. It's true what Pishquit is saying to a certain degree. Whenever you see the pretty boy come in, and like LT was saying, De La Hoya at least had that amateur background, and so he came along and he got the endorsements. This guy was already famous before he was known as a boxer. So that's why that makes it even double the hate from boxing fans, because boxing fans, they hate the guy that's been propped up. They hate the guy that didn't earn his dues, like a Marvin Hagler, like a Gennady Golovkin, a guy that didn't get out of the Olympics or didn't turn pro, and all of a sudden, boom, had endorsements, people, getting him a lot of TV exposure. So I understand why people would dislike Ryan Garcia. But I'll tell you what, there is a reason to dislike the guy. What he pulled off after the Campbell fight. Oh, I got mental issues, blah, blah, blah. Then you see him partying in the beach. Then he says he's retired, but he's still talking shit about the other lightweights. Then he comes out, bad choice of words. Then he comes out of retirement and he starts saying, I want more money. I want to get paid even if the fight gets canceled, blah, blah, blah. It rubbed people the wrong way. But we're not here to talk about business. We're here to talk about his worth as a fighter. And that's the main question. Does he have the intangibles to make it to the big time?
No.
Pound for pound?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to say no, and let me tell you why. Because he's moved in a certain way. I mean, by this stage, he should be already fighting champions. Well, who is he fighting again? Who the fuck is he?
That's a good. That's a good
argument. The same argument could. Hold on, LT. The same argument could be made about Tank, right?
I mean, that's
Tank is 27, and he already look, bro. Fuck Tank, bro. We're talking about Ryan. Look, fuck both. All right, let's be honest. Fuck both.
LT, you're absolutely right. They should be already.
That's the point. I mean, this guy is a fraud. He's a fraud. He's being moved so carefully. He's being moved so carefully. Not even Oscar and their promoters have believe in this kid. They don't even believe in that kid because
who called off the
because once
fight?
you see.
He's at the same pace as the other guys. The other guys are not nowhere.
Because the other guys are frauds too, bro.
Exactly. They're all in the same fucking boat.
Not all of them. Not all of them. Let me tell you something. Not all of them.
Are you telling me that Pitbull, they were afraid? Are you telling me that they were afraid of Pitbull? Ryan's camp?
Yes,
so never
yes. No, yes, of course, yes. Not on Ryan's camp, but on the promotion side, yes. Oscar and their promoters didn't think Pitbull was the right choice because he really.
So is he good?
I mean, let me put this simple, bro. If Luke Campbell, which really posed no threat, gave him a knockdown, don't you think Isaac Pitbull Cruz could really pose that threat?
I agree, but people say that Pitbull's not. They're saying that Ryan's not good.
Pitbull's a real fucking deal, all right, boy. Put that straight.
You see, BDA. I do want that.
I've spoken to whatever the fuck his name is, the dad from Benavides, and he told me, like, yeah, man, he's a real deal.
Ooh, wow.
Well, soothsayer, yeah. So
from a trainer, from a trainer coming from a trainer's perspective. So
right.
What's up?
Well, why were you gonna say something?
Yeah. So you see, can you make that fucking film analysis, the Gamboa Pitbull thing?
Oh, come on, no.
Pitbull's the real fucking deal.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Now, listen, I want to give a shout out to it's JG for his contribution with the super chat, and he says, what's he saying? Hold on a second. He says, "Hey BD, I like what you're doing with your channel. I think Ryan isn't good enough, and I think maybe getting knocked down the way he did might have affected him mentally." Oh. And he says it might have affected him mentally. And then, sorry, there's a certain part that I can't read here. It says, fuck, I lost it. Give me 2 seconds. It's JG said, okay. It says might have affected him mentally. He doesn't have what it takes. Oh, it's JG says that Garcia doesn't have what it takes to be the big time guy. Well, what do you guys think? You think he's got it wrong, right? I mean,
I think they would believe Ryan a bit more if he was an ugly fighter. If he looked like fucking
bro, I don't even think
or something, they would think that it's because he's a pretty boy. His father said it himself. His father said, unfortunately, he looks like Elvis Presley.
Hey,
look, bro. No one is hating on Zurdo Ramirez. Bro, look, bro. No one is hating, bro. No one is hating on Zurdo Ramirez, bro. And he's a pretty boy.
No, they are, bro. They are. They fucking are hating on him.
Who the fuck is hating on Zurdo Ramirez, bro?
Hey,
only himself.
PDA, what do you think?
Pretty. He looks like a gangster, so it's cool to like him. It's not cool to like Ryan. If you like Ryan,
look like a gangster, bro. Explain to me that.
If you like Ryan on the street, you'll be called gay. It's not cool to like him, but I don't care about that. I care about the ring. That's the problem. Because
so you're saying
I don't give a shit about that. I'm just thinking about when he does the walk into the ring and what happens in the ring. I do not give a fuck what he does behind closed doors or what Oscar does or any of them do.
Once a year or so that he comes into the ring in between stats of mental health issues or whatever.
Paolo, I get what you're saying, Paolo, but answer me this, Paolo. Answer me this, Paolo.
Why do you keep calling him? Why do you keep calling him Paolo?
Answer me this. Does Ryan? Hold on. Does Ryan Garcia have the chin? Yes or no, Paolo? Is he the new fucking Amir Khan? Is he Amir Khan?
Yes. No, Amir doesn't get up. Ryan gets up.
Amir Khan got up several times.
Brother, when you get up and you come back stronger than when you went down, that to me is the best chin you can ever have.
Look, Paolo, getting tattoos, bro. Paolo, getting tattoos doesn't mean you're coming back stronger, right, bro? Let's be honest, bro. All right, he fucking went into a mental breakdown. He came back with tattoos. Oh yeah, he's ready. He's ready to fuck. Give him all the fucking warriors we got, bro. Please, he's selling you a movie, and you guys are buying the tickets for it. Don't.
Yeah, Ruiz Jr. did the same thing. He looked like shit in his next fight.
He got up and knocked him the fuck out, though. That to me is impressive.
Because Luke Campbell knew, fuck, all right, I'm not supposed to do this or I won't get any work again.
Hey, can I say something? I think what LT is saying is that, yes, he got knocked out, he stood back up, but it took off. It took away something.
Fury hasn't got a chin there.
It took away something.
It gave you what we all suspected. He has a weak, he doesn't have a chin.
Loads of times. And he's never been fucking beat. Tyson Fury's been knocked down about 8 times. And he comes
Tyson
back
Fury
out.
don't compare Tyson Fury to Ryan Garcia, bro.
And that's what I like. I like the guy that gets up.
Bro, this guy's comparing Ryan Garcia with Fury. Damn it, bro.
Okay, how
He
many
walks
times?
like an animal, and that's what I like. He's got that killer eye. Trust me, he might look like Elvis, but the guy's got a killer eye.
He looks nothing like Elvis, by the way. Can I say something? Can I ask something? I'd like to ask. I gotta hold on. I gotta interject. I gotta hold on. I gotta interject. Paulo, hold on. It's shout out to It's JG for his contribution with the super chat. He says, I don't care how a fighter looks, I go for what he does in the ring, and he hasn't done fuck all. Simple. All right. Shout out to It's G.
Well, there you go. It worked the truth.
Thank you, Paulo. You think he has the eye of a killer because he has nice tattoos?
I don't get that. I mean, that's the fashion now, isn't it? Tattoos. I don't have any tattoos or anything, but that's the fashion, isn't it? These guys want to.
What is he trying to look like a
They're always
gangster?
looking in the mirror. Now, when you got muscles and you're looking in the mirror all the time, you start thinking, what should I put there? What should I put there? I mean, that's their life. I don't care about the fucking tattoos, my friend. I care about the fastest hands in boxing, top 3.
You might be right on the fastest hands in boxing, but let me tell you his weak points. He has no fucking chin. His footwork sucks.
He got up the fuck
I mean, come on, bro. The only thing this kid has going for him is, let's be honest, a good-looking face and a nice left hook. That's it. Let's see how that takes him. Let's see how far that takes him.
You forgot his tight little ass.
His boxing's underrated. He's fallen in love with his power. Yes, he has. But he's a lot better boxer than you guys might suggest.
Well, Pishko, you got to admit though, you got to admit that he looked awful against Carlos Morales. That was an awful performance.
Yeah. Guys, they don't all. The dudes don't all look good. There's dudes out there getting beat and winning fight and getting the decision.
I understand
what it is. We can all pick holes in every single fighter. Okay. You know what I mean? Every single one.
Yeah, but the holes. But you can't just erase the holes and say, "Oh, it never happened," because it happens to everybody once in a while. Then let's just dismiss them. I mean, it's there's gonna be guys out there that are gonna give. That's why I'm interested in tomorrow's fight, because people say, Tagoe. Look, if he beats Tagoe convincingly, people aren't going to give him credit. People are going to say, Tagoe sucks. But you watch Tagoe fight and you can tell he's not easy to hit. He's got good movement, good head movement. He knows what he's doing in there. And even though he's never really beaten anybody of note, he's still a decent fighter. So if Garcia is able to take him out of there, blows him out. Okay, I got to use my different words. If he knocks him out, really, just wipes the floor with him, you got to give Ryan Garcia a little bit of credit. And I think it's going to tell us a little bit more about where he's at. And Tagoe is a difficult fighter to come back against after a year layoff.
I've got Ryan doing this fight in 2 rounds. I really do. And I don't think that's going to be good for him. Because to be honest, he needs some rounds. He could do it some rounds, but it's never, get the job done early or whatever. He could do it, say, 6 rounds at least.
Yeah, but we don't get paid for overtime, bro.
But I think he's going to get it done early, because that Tagoe, his head is one of the biggest heads I've seen at 135. And it'll be too hard to miss. Like I keep saying, Ryan's punching like a middleweight. It's the fact. It's a fact. He's punching like a middleweight. The dude, one little clip on that big head he's got to go. He's going down. Simple as that.
Hey, LT, some Ryan Garcia fans in the chat, they're saying, Max Palacios is saying, LT sounds like he never finished 3rd grade.
Hey, I finished 4th, all right?
Hey, jump on the
panel,
panel,
languages
fellas.
Can he speak?
Hey, by the way, tomorrow's fight, it's not even going to be like the Garcia fight. It's not even going to be at 135. It's going to be at 140. I mean, it's a catchweight at 139, so technically it's 140. What do you guys think? You think Garcia, with his frame, is going to be able to go back down to 135 after this, or?
No, I think they're preparing him. It's at 139. I think it's a brilliant thing that this is happening at 139 because he's growing and you can tell he's a lot bigger now, and he's not going to, I think, come down 235 to 135 unless it's lucrative or suitable. I think he's preparing himself to go up.
Interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, in my opinion, because he's a big 5'11". The dude's 5'11", or not far off it. He's a big dude for that weight. So he's getting a good feeler at the weight, and then it's clever. This is all strategic. Very, very clever of the team. And this is what helps having Goosen, a clever, wise head like that behind him. The best thing he's ever done is get Goosen. Goosen's seen it all. He's seen it all.
Okay, BD, I just want to say one thing. I'm off to bed now, man. It's like 1 a.m. and I want to watch the Triple G match in about 10 hours' time. So I'll catch you guys. And I'll see you guys later on. Have a good one, yeah?
You too, man. Thank you for jumping on. Hey, shout out to Nicholas Argyros for his contribution with the super chat. He says, I know this is a boxing channel, but how about Kamzat? Who's Kamzat? Is he an MMA guy or?
Yeah, he's some MMA prodigy.
Interesting. All right. Wait, he fought Triple G? Somebody, hello?
Who did?
Yeah, what I said, who's Kamzat? And somebody said something about Triple G. Anyway, listen, forget about it. Shout out to Nicholas Argyros for his contribution.
It was probably Thunderdome or L-Dog that just loved the shit out of Triple G.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to like.
Kamzat is Casamarin Samareta, no? Samareta.
I don't know, man. Okay, yeah. Tin Man is saying he's the next Khabib. Apparently, he's a guy that he's a UFC guy. He's from one of those Chechen wrestlers. Shout out to Argyros for his contribution. I don't know who I've really become a casual when it comes to MMA. Haven't been keeping up with it in the last 5 years, I would say. But listen.
BDA. Semereta's the guy that Triple G knocked out of 2 fights.
I know, but he's talking about somebody else. Listen, somebody brought up Triple G, and we haven't even touched upon it. It's almost time to go. So let's get into the Triple G thing. What do you guys think about that fight tomorrow? What's that?
No, I'm just saying, let's talk about that fight already. I'm tired of fucking Ryan Garcia.
Well, yeah, let's do it.
Let me say, I hope this is what I want, bro. I hope fucking Triple G loses. So can Canelo go on and fight fucking Bivol? Better Biv, and become 2-weight undisputed champion. What's up with that shit?
Oh.
I think Triple G is gonna win by TKO, 8th round. Also, and I think, like I said, I think Canelo's gonna lose to Bivol. So I don't think that fight's gonna happen.
Look,
bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. The Japanese motherfucker, bro. He's a straight up samurai, bro. He could be 5 years without fighting in the ring, and he'll kick ass. Trust me, bro.
Yeah, both of those guys kick ass, come forward. It's a collision course, but the guy that's gonna win, most likely Triple G. But if Ryoto Murata can if he's getting hit by a punch, but he can't get away from that punch, if he doesn't make any corrections, he's gonna get knocked out. Same thing for Triple G. He could get hurt if Ryoto Murata keeps finding success with the punch and he can't get away from that. It was like, Canelo, Triple G, they were on the inside trading shots, but it was kind of like tactical too. It wasn't just crazy exchanges like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Here, they're big punchers. You can't just keep hitting somebody over and over with the same punch because that guy's going to knock the other guy out. So they got to be smart. And I think that, if those type of exchanges, obviously, to me, it favors Triple G, although Ryoto Murata's got hard as well. But, in middleweights, man, they're big punchers.
I got Triple G winning this fight, I do. I think Murata's a perfect style for Triple G. He's sort of a pressure fighter. Triple G will just pick him off. He'll have that jab in his face all night long. jab, right hands, and right hook.
Well, not all night long. But I'm trying to say, if he lands an overhand right,
until he gets knocked out. Until he gets
until he gets knocked out. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Murata by decision.
Look, bro, I don't know why you guys have so much faith on that old man, Triple G.
He looks 60, but his
he
body
needs a
looks
walker
like
to fucking walk now, bro.
But his body looks like it's been on the best juice you can have. Coconut.
I knew you were checking out bodies, Paolo. I knew that's why you like Ryan Garcia, bro. I knew.
I'm all man, you know I'm LT.
Exposed.
You know I am all man, my friend.
Hey, why does he keep calling you Paulo? Is that your real name? Have you guys spoken before?
That's my name.
Okay.
We know each other.
Yeah, we're buddies.
No, but how come you got a Spanish name, Paulo, and you sound British?
No, I'm Portuguese.
Well, that shows what I know about fucking accents here. Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Portuguese, but I was not born there or anything. I'm just my blood is Portuguese.
I got you.
But I'm not from there. But I'm not from there. Yeah. So yeah, that's where it's at. So no, but the dude is looking a fucking specimen, but he looks 60 in the face.
Who's that, Paulo?
That don't mean shit. But I reckon he's too good for him. He's a level above. He's a level above Murata. The only thing Murata has got the chance because of the home advantage. If he can take it to say Murata gets a 7-5 decision on the eye test. I mean, loses a 7-5. GG gets a 7-5 on the eye test. It's an easy chance of robbing him. Easy. Because there's a lot invested in Murata too. He's got a big investment in himself. That's why the fight's out there in Japan.
Interesting.
If he doesn't win this one,
if he goes to point and it's tight, I see a robbery. No two ways about it. It'll have to be a GG convincing, like 10-2 or 9-3 or a knockout. If this fight goes tight to points, watch out for the robbery. No two ways about it. Look out for the robbery on a tight decision.
But it's also it's very easy to see that maybe Triple G gets one knockdown or two, and that helps him out on the scorecards.
This is what you'll need. That's what I'm saying.
Because he's knocked everybody down except Canelo. Everybody in his career since he got to the United States has touched the canvas or been KO'd.
Not Deverechenko.
Oh yeah, no, Jacobs. No, he dropped.
Did he drop Jacobs?
Yeah, he dropped Jacobs too.
Everybody. Yeah,
he didn't drop Deverechenko.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
Second round, took him overhand right.
Fuck, that old man still has it then, huh, fellas?
He does. He's been on the juice or whatever he's been on. I mean, I don't want to make anything, but come on, these guys they all have some sort of supplement of some nature, whether it be snack, would it be whatever it may be. But yeah, you can tell he's, you know what I mean? That's why they do the weightings. The dude looks like he's fucking 28. Those ways
he's 52 in the face, but he's like 28 in the body.
That's what I'm trying to say. 28's your prime, isn't it? So that's what he's fucking looking. It's like no gay, no whatever about it. He looks fucking, what he does.
It's crazy. It's that technique. I think that's why Abel Sanchez helped him out a lot. The turning over of the punches, that was great for him. Now without him, it's just more peppering fighters. I don't know if he's going to continue.
But one thing we also have to look out for GG. He's a disciplined fighter. I don't hear about him out here fucking on drugs, alcohol, this, that, and the other. Like a Kovalev, we knew was an alcoholic. Okay, whereas GG, we know he's militant. He's straight down the fucking line. Straight, isn't he? So he's well preserved. And he's been knocking dudes out, by the way. He hasn't been getting hammered himself.
Yeah, even that Steve Rose cat.
I mean, just because
Berlanga couldn't knock him out of
speak Japanese, bro. But if you would hear the good things the Japanese people have to say about Murata or whatever his name is.
Yeah, you're right. I mean... But there is a good chance. This is a 60-40 fight, I think, in my opinion, to GG. 60 GG, 40 Murata. Murata on points or that robbery decision.
What are the chances that Triple G can take him out? Because, I mean, he's got legit power, but he's 40 years old, and Murata looks tough. What do you guys think? You think?
He's got great chances, BDA, because a lot of the fighters, the face fighters like Triple G, they get on the back foot. And for a fighter like Triple G, it's better if you come at him. He's got a greater of a chance of knocking you out.
Yeah, and he comes at you. Murata comes at you. He's not going to be hiding. So it's perfect for GG. And it's the old cliche of last thing that goes is power. So we can't worry about that. You'll have the power.
Paulo, when a fighter gets on the back foot and you got to chase him down, sometimes you're leaping in to land your shots. So sometimes you don't get... You don't catch him at the end of your punch, and you don't catch him at the correct distance. When a fighter's coming to you, man, you just gotta take a little step. You gotta take a little step back if you're Triple G. Catch him at the mid range, and plus you got the added effect that he's coming to you.
Sitting duck. You're sitting duck. Beautiful for someone like GG. He'll be beautiful. He'll be like him practicing on the body bag.
It's like a mid when you're catching a punch. Imagine throwing a body shot. And the fighter's coming to you and you land it, it's like when you're feeding a mitt to a fighter and it just cracks on the mitt. When a fighter's coming to you, you can time the correct exact distance to land your shot.
You'll be like Rocky in that cold thing, in that cold room, practicing on that carcass.
Hey, let me ask you, Phil. Somebody's asking in the chat what time the Triple G fight's at. That's the other thing. I read on DAZN, it says 5 a.m. But then Bucho told me, no, that's the event. Can anybody clarify for me the main event, at which time is it going to be?
3 hours later, BD, at 8:30.
8 o'clock in the morning Eastern.
For me, it's
like 7:40.
For me, it's 6:30 in the morning.
Okay, well, it depends on the time zone.
Tell me what Central Time would be. What time the Central Time would the fight be?
Okay, well, Central Time is what? 2 hours behind Eastern Time?
No, 1 hour.
1 hour? Okay, so
LT's fucking around.
I looked it up last night. So the event starts at 5 for you guys. So the main event starts 3 hours later, 3.5 hours later.
7 o'clock in the morning, LT. Just when you get
thank you, brother.
Right after you make bail, you can watch a Triple G fight.
Oh, come on. Fucking Pete. Hey, Pete was on fire too earlier today. We were watching the press conference there between Tagoe and Garcia. And I made a little observation. I said that it looked like Tagoe would play the part well with a gold-plated AK-47. And then Pete just went all out. He goes, "Oh yeah, I saw this guy shooting down that Black Hawk helicopter." And then he said, "Oh, this guy sent me an email telling me I won the Nigerian lottery." I mean, come on, Pete, you gotta slow it down a little bit, man, with the jokes.
No, somebody said his trainer lit up a pile of tires.
That was you. That was you. You fuck. Oh man!
Look at my little nephew. Tomorrow morning, instead of watching cartoons, we're gonna watch Triple G smash this little Japanese dude.
There you go,
looks like
man.
Triple G, doesn't he?
He kind of does. Yeah, they kind of look alike. By the way, I mean, Murata's Murata's not a small guy, man. He's a big middleweight, and he packs quite a wallop himself. I'm gonna tell you. So I thought Paulo was saying that the odds are good for Triple. Well, actually, he's the favorite, right? Triple G is the favorite going in here, or?
Yeah, he's a -100. He's a -600. He's a huge favorite.
Right.
If you really fancy Murata and you can see something in that amazing crystal ball of yours, then back Murata because you get
out of the street, Anthony. You gotta move because of the car. See the car?
Hey, can I get you at all? I mean, it's getting late.
I'm fucking mute, Skillbender. This is not your fucking show.
Listen, it's too little in the house. I feel like Dylan White at a press conference. Can't say a fucking word. So I mean, can I get in here quickly before I go? I'm just gonna be 5 minutes and I gotta go again. So yeah, I mean, just sort of show you. It's obviously Murata Golovkin, isn't it? I mean, not a fight that I've interested in, to be honest. I mean, even like 2-3 years ago when they talked about this fight, I'm just weren't interested. I mean, Golovkin's slowed down terribly, but he's still going to be far too quick for Murata. I mean, Murata's fucking slow motion, isn't he? I mean, I think Murata's going to get. It's going to be a good little war. I think they're going to exchange punches, and it's going to be good, a little toe-to-toe action. But I don't know, man. I think Golovkin's just too strong for Murata. And I think with Murata, because his defense is so poor as well, and I just think you need good defense to beat Golovkin. No matter how bad you are, you need head movement, you need feint, and if you can't get away from punches, then you're fucking in big trouble against Golovkin. So that's where I am with it, really.
All right. Well, that's Stu Little's take on the fight. Good to hear from him.
Yeah, you can't keep getting hit by the same punch over and over again. So you got to learn how to block that punch or get away from that punch or change your. You can't just keep going in the same way against Golovkin.
Yeah.
Well,
Murata's like a guy. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a strong puncher, but the guy comes in straight lines, man. He doesn't keep his head off the center line. So it's like a stick in the mud.
Yeah, that's the problem, man. I mean, to cause Golovkin trouble, you've got to have some sort of footwork as well. I mean, Jacobs had it. I mean, you know what I mean? I just think if you haven't got the foot speed or the footwork to get out there, you're in massive trouble. That's where I'm. It's just not a fight. It just brings me no energy at all. I mean, I'm just low energy right now talking about it. I want to fall asleep. It's just a trash fight, man. This is where we are with Golovkin.
It's not that bad a fight.
It is for me. With Golovkin's this point of Golovkin's career, it's not a great fight for me. I mean, you've got Canelo going to fight for people like Bivol, and you've got this. Come on, man, Murata's trash, man.
Look on the positive. The fight's at 10 in the morning, breakfast time in the UK. You'll be there eating your Cocoa Pops, feet up. What more do you want at 10 in the morning when we're having breakfast? A card in Japan, we get to see a bit of Japanese presentation. I mean, I like it. I like to see boxing in different countries and see different cultures and different presentations, basically. It's a good little matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Not for me, I'm afraid. It's not for me. I mean, like I said, you got. I don't know. I mean, with Golovkin, this is where I'm with Golovkin. This is why I give him stick.
What tickles your fancy then? What tickles your fancy then? What fight's tickling your fancy?
Well, let's be real. I'd like to see Golovkin go up super middleweight and test himself.
No, announce the fight that's
Can I finish?
Can
I finish, bro? Ask me a question, then fucking answer it for me. Can I finish? Right, I just said I want him to go up. I don't want him to fight any of these other guys in midweek because none of them. Just a poor division right now. I mean, I'd like to see Canelo fight again. Obviously, I would, but I can't see that happening. I can't see. I don't think Canelo wants it. I mean, I'd like to see that again. But then when you look at it, it's just super middleweight, and that's about it. I just don't see anything. I mean, Charlo. Maybe watching beat Charlo would be interesting. You know, I don't mind watching my breakfast, seeing that. Watching that, eat my breakfast. That's for sure.
I'm wondering about a fight you're looking forward to that's happened, that's announced already.
Well, but I'm looking forward to Fury Dillian White. I like that fight. I'm not actually looking forward to Taylor Serrano. I mean, not really into. You know my opinions of women's boxing. I mean, being the world champion in women's boxing is about as being the fucking best.
Paulo. If it doesn't involve, people are saying that if it doesn't involve a Brit, Stu's not interested in it.
Also,
what tickles you?
If there isn't Union Jacks on the show, then I'm not bothered. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones.
Also, an added element to the Golovkin Ryota Murata fight is if Golovkin wins, he faces Canelo. Because I think there's been little talks about it. If he doesn't win, he's not going to face Canelo. So that keeps it a little bit more interesting too. It's going to be a great fight for me.
Hey, you know what tickles De La Hoya's fancy? Ryan Garcia. That's what it does.
Spatulas.
I had to. Oh, come on, now wait.
A bag of blow.
Stu Little. That's a little way to think. That's a little way to think about boxing. Just to think of the UK boxing.
No,
you're joking, man. Come on.
Yeah,
Do you like everything?
Yeah. Spatulas.
Hold on. Gonzalo, hold on. Go ahead, Stu.
I mean, BD will tell you, man. Fucking, I don't get up in the morning like devastated because a Brit gets knocked the fuck out. I just don't care. I mean, when Billy Joe got his face smashed in by Canelo, it didn't bother me. You know, when other British fighters had the shit kicked out of them by Mexicans, I'm not one of these where I care too much where the fighter's from. I just like to watch talent. I mean, that's why people call me a Canelo fanboy, but I just like watching talent and special talent.
Top 3 UK fighters. Top 3 UK fighters.
Top 3 what? Fighting now. You got to say Tyson Fury is definitely one of them, and then I did like Josh Taylor until he got with Ben Davison. I mean, it's hard for me. There's not really much. I mean, it looks like we've got a good stable in the UK, but when you really break it down, there's not really a lot of them are up and coming and not ready yet. You know, there's not really a lot there. I mean, I can't really think of many that are really like back in the day when I used to get them. That feeling when I watched Nassim Hamid and Eubank and Ben and Calzaghe, and I just don't get the Lennox Lewis. Frotch. Yeah, I never missed a Frotch fight. I just don't get that feeling with these
Nor
fighters.
did I, my friend. Nor did I.
Yeah, no, there's just nothing.
Like, would you be excited for Leigh Wood versus Warrington fight?
Who against Warrington? Sorry,
Warrington and Leigh Wood.
No, I don't think Warrington. I don't think Warrington should be in the position he is. It's an absolute disgrace to boxing, and it's just typical of boxing. It's fan base and money. Mauricio Lara should be the challenger or in that position. He was fit to fight. He fought pretty much a week or two apart, and it just goes to show the scum that boxing is. It's power. It's Eddie Hearn. It's where the powers may be. The best are not always the champions, to be honest. And Warrington is proof of that. Lara's the motherfucking champion, pardon my language.
No, of course. I mean,
I went to that fight. I went to that Warrington-Lara fight, so I'm butthurt about it. Yeah, because I had that anticlimax there where there was obviously the second fight I'm on about.
All right.
So that's what I'm saying. And that's what it is. So it's bullshit. I don't support anything that Warrington ever fights in again.
I mean, I'll give Warrington credit because he got in the first fight. He got the shit kicked out of him, and he went in there again and tried again. I mean, that takes a brave man. I mean, anyone that goes in with someone that should beat the shit, that's a brave guy. I don't care what. But like I said, I watched the fight with him and Martinez. I mean, let's be real, they're hyping that Martinez win. I mean, fucking Kiko Martinez just finished about 7 years ago. I mean,
exactly. He got the best touch ever there.
He got one
of Martinez. That's disgraceful.
Yeah, I mean, he got one.
Lara.
He's like a cannon fodder for the Brits, isn't he?
Lara hasn't got the backing and the fan base, unfortunately.
He's cannon fodder for the Brits. I mean, everyone's beat up Kiko from Britain. I mean, he's had about 8 ass whippings over it. You know, it's like if you want to build a fight from the UK, just send Kiko over. He'll do the job. He'll come here, give it a good go, and get knocked the fuck out or his ass whooped. I mean, come on, man. I mean, Kid Galahad. I mean, I was glad Kid Galahad got knocked the fuck out. I just don't like the guy. I mean.
No,
don't like him.
Because you don't consider him a true Brit. That's why you don't consider him a true. What do they call it? Yeah, you don't consider him a true Brit. That's what you do. Stu, we know how you roll, mate.
Half-caste. Yeah. You're gonna make it out because he's from the Yemen. Where is he? I don't even know where he's fucking from. All I know is
I don't care. Listen,
all I know is he fucking took steroids and blamed it on his brother for spiking him.
Whoa.
Come on, man. That takes a real piece of shit. That does. Blame it on your brother for spiking you. Oh, come on, man.
That's weird, man.
When you get caught.
By the way, shout out to Ed Perez who says Paulo is the man. He definitely knows boxing. All right, shout out to Ed Perez for his contribution.
He's like an international criminal, Paulo.
Hey, Paulo.
No, the guy just said I sniffed a brick. Now, I didn't sniff a brick at all. I sniffed 2, so get that in your fucking head, all right?
Oh.
I'm fucking hanging out my ass. But no, I'm feeling rough as fuck. I am feeling rough as fuck, mate. But I thought I'd call in, give you my 2 cents. I mean, it's one of them where this fight just doesn't do anything for me. So it's not like giving me any enthusiasm to get into it. When it's a good fight, I'm up for, you know what I'm like. I get in the mood and I start ripping people. I just can't be bothered with this fight. I mean, it is where we are with Golovkin. He's just going to hang around and wait for his. He reminds me a bit like Kell Brook waiting for Amir Khan. He's waiting for like Canelo again, isn't he? Come on, man.
I gotta ask. Hold on. Can I ask?
Only because I don't know anything about Murata. What's up with Murata? I just don't know much about the guy.
Well, look. His best 2 opponents. Pete, his best 2 opponents were Hassan Endam. He got robbed against Endam. He should have won that first fight. Then he came back and knocked Endam out. Then he lost to what's his name, Brandt. Rob Brandt, who just outworked him during the fight.
He's Japanese, so let's cut the shit, all right? He's Japanese. It's going to be a war on each other's body. Golovkin don't like it to the body. We've seen this on the William Monroe fight, although like a little fag.
Oh, wait. Pete, the F word.
Okay, like a little bit effeminate Golovkin fanboy. I didn't want to say anything when I seen him huffing and puffing, like anybody's going to listen to me. But anyway, the thing about it is, these Japanese guys, you can't go headhunting them. You got to go to the body. they don't have a chin, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah, they've got. I don't know what they're feeding, Jack, but they have incredible chins on them. I mean, you have to
they
hit
don't
the
have any
fucking
mandible. They don't have any jawbone.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
come
have
on.
you have to hit them with a fucking sledgehammer. You have to hit them with a fucking sledgehammer. But a lot of them, they just can't get away the punches. I mean, the punishment. These Japs, not all of them, of course, but a lot of them, the punishment they take, I mean, it's amazing that they're still got their faculties about them. I mean, it's just not a way to go about it for me. I mean, no head move, just strolling forward, square on, fucking swinging bombs. I mean, it's great to watch, but not good for the health. That's where I am.
You know what it is? It's that radiation. It's that radiation. They gave him superpowers. They gave him super cheese. Those Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man.
Inbred DNA, in it.
You know what?
Inbred DNA.
But I'm just saying,
think
like they remember that Kama guy? Remember Kama guy? That welterweight that used to just march forward and just get until you go to his body. I will say this about Triple G: whatever he was or was not on, he's on the high test gas now, man. He looks like goddamn, I don't know what, man. He's fighting this fight at 68. No, this fight is at 68.
60. No, it's 160. It's a unification.
No, come on.
Yeah, for real.
He fought 2-3 fights at 68. And he's gonna go back to 60 for this fight?
I don't think he ever fought at 68, did he?
He fought on a couple on the DAZN fight that he had. Derevyanchenko was above 160.
They're all been at 160. All of them.
Oh shit!
Hey, can I ask?
Well, I don't know how he's hydrating. I don't know how he's cutting weight thing because he's fucking put on. He looks like Usyk. Like when you seen Usyk show up to that AJ press conference.
Hey,
like what?
That's. I mean, and that's the other thing is the fucking what's his name? Golovkin. Some people said like we had Steve Kim on, and he says that Golovkin at this point he's zoned in on that rubber match with Canelo. He doesn't really care about anything else. He does seem to appear to be the consummate professional, but you got to wonder at 40 years old. With a wife that apparently is taxing that ass, you gotta wonder how if his heart is really in it, or is he just in it for the money and for the revenge against Canelo? Big question.
Those are two great motivators.
Like,
for the $10 million,
he was basically
$10 million.
Like he's been waiting for that rubber match since 2019. To be honest with you, he's been saying like, "Yo, what the hell have you been waiting for, man? If it was personal, why did it take it this long to set up this fight? You know, could have been having it."
Yeah, BDA, but revenge is a great motivator. If that's one excuse, that's a great excuse.
Right, that's a good point.
They're trying to bring these two guys together, and it's like like shoving them on each other. You're fighting with Canelo. Canelo's getting court. Then Triple G's got no fights during that time. They're telling Triple G the same thing they're telling Canelo. We want this third fight. Like, what's up? What's going on? Let's do it.
Hey, by the way.
So yeah, at 40 years old. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, well, I was going to say, Pete, to your point, yeah, because they need to get back the amount of money they paid Triple G, or that they're supposed to pay him based on the contract. They want to make this fight. DAZN, they're desperate. They're so desperate that here in Canada, they're charging us $15 to watch Ryan Garcia. If you have a subscription, which I do, I still have to pay 15 buckaroos to watch this fucking fruit box. Can you believe that? I can believe it. And I'm high out of my mind here. Well, actually,
that's you got selfie chin. You got selfie chin.
It's $10 dedicated to the LGBT or something. Fucking
yeah, exactly. Hey, I wanted to ask about.
Did you see the emoji that I put underneath the thumbnail you put up? It took me about 10 minutes to figure out how to put an emoji up, but I put a rainbow. I put a rainbow underneath the when you put.
Why is that?
Well, it was Ryan Garcia.
Yeah,
why is that a premium of £15 to pay?
I don't know. I think it's because Bucho told me that what they're trying to do is because look, the Canelo fight's going to be pay-per-view. So what DAZN is doing now is they're getting greedy, or they actually do need the money. So they're starting to test out pay-per-view in other markets to see how people react. And Canada just happened to be one. Because I cannot imagine that there's that many Ryan Garcia fans here in Canada that DAZN said, "Oh, hey, we gotta charge this guy. We gotta get some of that pay-per-view money over there." That I don't believe that. So I think it was just an arbitrary decision to try to see if they could get pay-per-view money. But by the way, hey, Paulo, sorry, I've never heard you on any other shows, but there's a lot of people in the chat that know you, so I must have missed you, man. What other shows do you hang out on usually?
Just What Rapid. What Rapid.
All right.
What Rapid.
So that's 3 shows.
CCD, H Money, maybe like more H money as in terms of like viewers sort of thing, but that's about it. That's about it.
Paulo's on the overnight shows, BDA. Like Young Billy.
Okay, yeah,
because he's over. Yeah,
that's why I'm asleep at that time. That's why. So I mean, you know what? I'd like to stream during the night too, but I can't. I lose my shit during the night. I'm not on, as it were.
You see, I struggle to catch your show, for instance, because of, like, say, the time zones, and I work nights, and I'll be sleeping, for instance. It's one of those, same like you saying. So I tend to catch, like the gentleman saying, the later shows.
Right. Well, it's good to hear from you, man. That's for sure. Because I've never talked to you
it's good. I like your show a lot. It's got obviously loads of different opinions and different characters, and I like it. It's
absolutely
good. Very good.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Real quick, Oscar de la Coca says Ryan will be my lucky star. Meanwhile, Foulball Boxing says fiat currency is dropping. Eparacua says first time I've heard Paulo. Well, there's a bunch of people in the chat that said that they've heard him before, so he's a known commodity out there. Shout out to Oil G in the chat. He says the zone spends so much money out of the gate. So funny. Yeah, they were spending like as if they had infinite pockets there. Well, anyway, listen, fellas, we do have to go.
Smart though. I mean, if you think about it, they really haven't laid out so much on Triple G or Canelo.
Not so far.
They got the right to refuse, and I mean, I'm sure they're happy to pay $10 million at whatever it's going to be a piece. I mean, it's going to be a big fight for both of them.
Hey, Pete, let me ask you this,
I just don't want to see Triple G. Go ahead.
Before we go, are you going to be able to get up to watch the Triple G fight?
Fuck yeah, man!
All right,
I'm telling you, this poor kid's gonna wake up to watch cartoons, and I'm gonna bust his bubble. Well,
yeah, I think after this show's over, I'm gonna go to sleep and watch this fight early, because there's one guy on the undercard that I'm interested in watching, Jutsu Nakatani. Look out for that guy. Yeah.
I have a scheduling question before we get off, just because boxing never misses a chance to piss on each other and double book and triple. So there's a Showtime card. And that is basically Erickson Lubin versus El Hirife, right?
Mm-hmm.
The giraffe. That's the headline in that in the Showtime card.
Yeah, that's Fundora, Lubin Fundora. Yeah.
Okay, and then the DAZN cards basically headlining Selfie Chin versus
Tagoe.
The skinny, the skinny, the Somali
skinny. Yeah, the skinny, yeah, the black down.
Just call him the Somali pirate. Just
come on. Well,
I'm telling you, man. That guy sent me an email one time that he won the lottery. He won $5,000. I was like, he's like a tourist. He's like, yeah. What was he saying in the interview? He's like, okay.
Game Boy. Listen. We're almost out of time here, so let me just play this again.
This fight for the rest of your lives. I'm gonna hit him with something he's never been.
Hold on a second.
All right then, tomorrow.
Why am I fucking it up?
He's never been seen before. I promise you that.
Ryan Garcia, the main event tomorrow night.
I'm ready. Let's go. Tomorrow. All right then, tomorrow.
What is wrong with this guy, man? He's got to be on nicotine patches.
I thought that was Stu screaming. He was hyped for that fight.
How many nicotine patches do you think he's got around his waist?
Hey, dude, I'm telling you, man, this guy is like, when he gets interviewed, he's like a little nervous teenager. You see how he rocks on his feet, on his toes, and then on his heels, and he like shakes his head like,
got Tourette's.
I broke some guy's jaw. I don't know. It's
like he drunk a lot of Red Bulls.
That's why he's destructive. That's why he's so fucking destructive in the ring. Pardon my language. He's out there to destroy and break stuff.
Well, we'll see tomorrow, man.
In two. Remember what I say, yeah?
Yeah. You're right, man. He might have a mean streak, and he might prove all his doubters wrong. That's why they fight, and that's the beauty of being a boxer.
That's what he has, you see. But it's disguised in that pretty face, unfortunately.
You didn't have
to Uganda forever.
All right, well, listen, we got to go. Thanks again to everybody that joined us. Thanks to everybody that donated the super chat. Everybody here on the panel, glad to have you guys on board. Every Friday, open lines, so you can drop by. Want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. Rex, Eparcua, Pugilism, Reverend Pickles, Ed Perez, Arm, Oscar de la Coca, Pugilism, Joker, Foulpole Boxing, shout out to Foulpole. It's been a while since I've heard from him. John Blaze at hashtag CCD, Team Batman Boxing, Arkan Inmate, Mad Dog, everybody. If I've missed anybody, guys, we gotta go, but you guys know who you are. Again, thanks to everybody in the panel. And don't forget to hit the like, and subscribe and spread the BDA gospel. I'm telling you, I'm getting visions now. I was speaking in tongues before the show earlier, freaking people out at Walmart. So the Crimson Inquisition is coming, and you guys got to spread that BDA gospel like you spread peanut butter all over. Well, anyway, the point is, spread the BDA gospel. We got to go. Thanks again, guys. Take it easy. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me on. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Get out of here, Paulo. Get out of here.